Hey!
Yo, what up, guys?
Welcome to Neon Lights in Night City, the actual play stream of Cyberpunk Red, the only game on this channel that is so far pro-Riot, apparently. My name is Tate Washburn, I am your DM, and I have all of my lovely players here. GM, this is not the Dragon game. Darn you.
Different game.
There
We don't
are
play
no
Dragon game
dungeons
here.
to be
We play
found
Dragon game.
yet.
Next Saturday we play Dragon game. Different thing.
Yeah.
Are we going in Discord order?
Yeah. But no, stream order.
Oh, right, because the stream orders changed now. Yeah, by the way. All right. So, so what's going on, guys? It's your favorite Fox, aka Big Foxy, aka Fronto Leaf Foxy, aka Loud Pack Foxy. I just kind of throw new ones out there whenever I feel like it. And today I'll be playing Fox the Fixer, who is super excited to blow the shit out of some things. Spoiler alert. Also shout out to the new overlay, by the way. I made it because I got bored and tired of the old one, so I made a new one.
To me.
Shout out to me for being fucking amazing, and you're all welcome. And Lynx is next, right?
Yep.
Bet, do you think?
Michelle, I play Lynx the Netrunner, and looking forward to hopefully hacking into some unsuspecting Arasaka folks.
She dangerous. Watch out.
Dangerous.
I'm next. Hi, I'm Dan. I play Huckabee, the medtech. I am here to stop all of my friends from dying horrible grisly deaths through the power of surgery, mostly.
Mostly surgery.
And sometimes drugs.
Yeah, because-
Legal drugs. I have a license, I will have you know.
I'm a practitioner, sir. I have a degree.
I am Dion, the media. I'm here to shrug my shoulders and roll my eyes and write articles.
You Lil Uzi Vert?
He's the propaganda machine here.
That's the goal.
But yeah, little summary of last time, I guess. Last time, you guys found out about sort of the deal with these Arasaka guys. One of these hit squads after you, and then differentiated them from the other hit squad that the mayor has sent after you, and devised a plan that I wanted to go into a little more detail about. But the basics of it is that you have made a fake deal to talk with a corporation that the mayor has recommended with Continental Brands, the Apple of the food industry in setting. And you are actually planning on, one, setting a concert up outside that will specifically be anti-corporate and kind of piss them off, and two, frame Arasaka probably for bombing the building. And then three, ? For profit?
That's pretty much the game plan at this point.
Sounds about right.
Okay.
That's pretty much how all of Foxy's plans go.
Yes. And they've all worked out.
mark.
And they've all worked out flawlessly so far, mind
It
you.
is true that we have not died yet.
Exactly.
I've only broken like all my ribs on one side. What?
Hey, I feel like we got that fixed already.
Nope.
And you should stop.
Yeah, you're
looking in
welcome.
the past.
And Lynx is still not quite over it, so
Yeah, you gotta rest for a little bit longer for that to happen, but it'll be fine. So I think one of the questions I had, and it's one that Elijah, as your sort of demolition man, it's a Thursday, it's late in the afternoon after you finally finished like the hacking stuff, and Elijah in that afternoon would probably end up going to Foxy and like, so we have access to the building. I'm not really sure what you want blown up though. Do you want the whole building to come down, the lower half, or apartments? I don't know if that's great. Do you want just like the guy's office? Do you want like just their office floor to get blown out?
The game plan was just the office, but if you catch a few
Okay.
surrounding offices, I wouldn't complain about it. We'll leave the lower level standing. I'm not a psychopath. Come on, dude.
Oh yeah, I just didn't know. Like, I want to make sure I have the plan.
Yeah.
Before I object to it.
Let's avoid causing like a huge incident. I mean, I know we're causing an incident, but let's
Just a medium incident.
managed chaos is the goal, Elijah. Managed
Okay.
chaos.
Okay. Now I am open to whatever skill Fox thinks will apply to this, but I would like to maybe have you roll to sort of define how. Well, I think I'll know what I'll do. Roll me a d10 plus your luck score.
Okay. My luck is a 7.
Ooh,
So
baby.
here comes that. What did I roll? I rolled a number. Did it go?
Yep, I'm seeing it. It's a 13.
Oh, solid. Well, there you go then.
Yeah, I'll say Elijah was like looking at the blueprints. He's like, all right, well, the only real offices here are for Continental brands, and they're like the top half of this building.
Yep.
I think I can isolate it to a single floor if you need me to, like just the floor the boss is on if you need it.
Yeah, that's fine. We'll do that.
Like, all right, I think that's good.
Fox is like
You
the
know-
whole upper half would have been nice, but I won't overreach.
I mean, we could do the whole upper half. I'm just worried that it will collapse down on the lower half and
Yeah,
become a problem.
see, and I'd like to again not be labeled a psychopath. I'm already gonna get labeled domestic terrorist. Let's not make this too bad, you know?
So yeah, well, I mean, I don't know if Lynx is here because he just sort of like went to wherever Fox was like, I don't know. I thought you guys had that handled. Someone else is gonna take the blame for this.
Yeah, but in the event that somehow this fucks up and comes back on me, it might as well not look that horrible.
That's fair. All right. But yeah, he can like do a whole floor. If you want to push it, maybe two, and then I'll just have to roll some dice to see what happens if it's more than that.
The one is fine. Nah, go big, go home. Fuck it. We'll go 2. 2 floors.
All right.
Why blow
he's
up
gonna
one
pick.
floor? You can blow up a second one.
Yes, that's something a total not psychopath would say.
Hey, I don't appreciate your sass over there, Doc. You have your job. I have mine.
Yep, Lynch is like,
And,
okay, we'll
which of
see.
our jobs is to blow the floor? Is to
Mine.
blow up?
Lynch is like, well, technically it's mine, actually.
You shut
My
up.
sentiments exactly.
I don't appreciate that. I'm getting dogpiled over here. Can I get some backup? Dion, Ma, hello.
Lynx is too busy. Is sitting in a corner, too busy trying to like sneak little breadcrumbs to make it look like Arasaka's the one in charge to hear any of this conversation.
Me?
Like,
Oh, bro.
Dion's
what?
not
Sorry,
gonna do
Fox, you need something?
No, I don't need anything. Just to not be in this room anymore. I'm gonna go see what Raina's
Yeah.
up to.
Yeah. And then, yeah, you
Alright.
guys have like a day to prep between now and then, or like rest. I did kind of want to ask you guys, maybe a little more out of character, what your plan is the day of. And I have a bit of a map to show you so you can do that.
Yeah.
Nice.
Do you want us to cover like the? Because I feel like what we probably do is like we split for the off day and like maybe like meet the off day night and be like, all right, guys, let's go over the plan again. So like, do you want to cover like the stuff we do on our off day first and then hit this, or your call? Your show.
Yeah, I'm going to have this map up here just so that you guys can sort of make that decision because you'd see it.
Big
The
zoom
green
out.
square on the left is the park. And
This is a
the
really
building that you're actually going after, and maybe I should make a star shape over it or something.
Is this the map you were telling us you made with the Roll20 object makers? By the way,
Yeah.
it's
I
good.
just
No,
used
it's
the
good.
You don't need to broadcast that part.
Nah, dude, it serves a purpose. It's good. I'm broadcasting it because it's good. Like, if I didn't think it was good, I wouldn't have said anything. Like, this is good, dude.
Yeah, this is pretty like well plotted out actually.
Yeah, like it's like this is pretty straightforward city block without even like having to guess like the context. Like,
Know what zoning board approves this memes here.
That's right. Yellow spot
playing
is
City
the building that you guys are actually going after. The big green square is where the concert is going to be.
perfect. That's a big fucking concert. Exactly what we needed.
I mean, it's got a lot of space. We'll see how many people show up, actually.
All right. Well, before whatever order we're gonna handle things, that's totally fine. But I just want to ask a couple quick questions. The first thing is, what is this building right here? Right here in the middle of the park. What's this thing? Right? What's this right?
Oh,
here?
at the top corner there?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
yeah.
like sort of just the like outhouses and grounds. Like that's where they keep the stuff that they use to like maintain this little park.
Okay, word. Okay, is there any way?
Although, as a fun sort of thing about the setting is that this is all like artificial turf. They can't grow grass in Night City. The rain is slightly acidic all the time.
Only mildly acidic, slightly, sometimes. And occasionally it's very acidic, but we don't worry about that. Anyway, or
It's really only out of towners who get a rash in the rain. People who've lived here for long enough, they're fine.
oh, you still get rashes when it rains? Out of towner. What a what a heck.
But yeah, that's like where they keep effectively like the vacuum, not the lawnmower for this thing. And there's also like bathrooms in there.
Facts. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking, right? Here's what I'm thinking we get up into. So I feel like if we got this whole concert bumping around this park area right here, right? Our building's right here. So we know for a fact that we're trying to get we've managed to lay the seeds that Arasaka knows for like Arasaka expects us to be there. Like we're expecting a hitman like or a squad of hit people or people that can hit to be following after us into this building, right? We also expect the building to go kablooey at some point, and for Arasaka to take the fall for it. The only issue is how do we coordinate those three things happening in a good enough order that they, seem not like coincidence and more like an actual thing that seem like concrete. Exactly. So no, see, accident isn't what we need because accident allows scapegoats, and we know for a fact that in a hellhole like this, if you leave room for an accident, that means we get a bunch of corporate media saying, "Oh, we apologize for all this thing and all the lives lost. Here's a memorial fund for their families," and then we'll move on, and we'll never hear about this ever again. I need this to be talked about, so this can't be an accident.
So, some notes to help you guys plan. One, you do know that the Arasaka's like spy through my eyes Bluetooth thing has a range of about 2 blocks. So the car that will be actually directing them is going to be somewhere on this map when this is going down.
That is helpful.
And that's one of the weak points you can easily identify in like the Arasaka's plan.
Would it be possible would I maybe happen to know a guy who could get Ma plugged into some kind of like, I don't know, like a sonar thing that could send out a ping, and then if it gets a certain signal, pings back. Basically, a way to track this car.
I mean, Lynx's deck already kind of does that if she does like the skill that lets you find nodes. I'm trying to find.
Runners are amazing. Well, what's the range on how far you can do that?
So normally it is not like a whole city block. But with the tech she has finding Bluetooth, she can maybe find one of these little Bluetooth emitters pretty far if she rolls high enough.
All right. So yeah, so I'm thinking. So here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking, right? Since they expect us to already be there, so I feel like we should go and see if we can't if we have to disguise ourselves. My first thought is parks groundskeepers and get ourselves in this spot here. Maybe keep ourselves tucked away for a little bit. We buy time, past the concert. Once the concert starts, Arasaka will assume we're in there and send out the hit squad, meaning the car will have to be in range and the signal will have to be broadcasting. We isolate that signal. We slip out of the concert, find the car, wait till we can lock them down first. We don't make any moves until we can lock down that car. If we lock down that car and take them out, then we pull the trigger. And by pull the trigger, I mean blow things up. Hit squad's isolated. We have their controller. General Content O'Brands gets blown up, and we don't get blamed for it. Sounds like another False Fox plan, huh? How do I do it? I don't know.
Can't wait to see this one fall apart.
Also, as a reminder, because I said it last time and you rolled to figure it out, they are specifically going to be trying to take out Dion as their main target.
Makes sense.
So they're looking for him, and probably you, Fox, is like the one who set this all up. They don't seem interested at all in Doc or Lynx.
That is helpful information. All right, then. I say we do this. Well, there's 2 ways we can do this. The first is we keep to a seriously oriented stealth James Bond-esque plan. I used to watch these old movies I used to find on the net back in the day about this like weird white spy dude who would like sneak into places. shoot a bunch of people. It's kind of cool.
He was drunk all the time, and like somehow he didn't lose his job. I don't know.
Yeah, he just like randomly shoot people all the time, and like fuck random women, and like somehow still keep his job. I don't know, white privilege. Anyway, point
Oh yes, and he always ordered his martinis in the wrong way, correct?
yeah, exactly. Didn't make any fucking sense. Brits. Anyway, so
shakes and martini.
right, Brits. Anyway, point being, here's what I'm thinking. So I say we can either stealth our way through the concert, find some groundskeepers, and peacefully relieve them of their garments, and then keep with the plan. And by peacefully leave the garments, I mean shoot them in the back of the head if we have to. Alternatively, we could go for a slightly more, let's say, audacious plan, but we'll probably have a better chance of us being able to pull this off.
Which is?
We give him some bait.
How did I know you were gonna say that?
I mean, he kind of looks over at D. They're looking for one of us, D. Would make sense if one of us is at the concert.
Ah, but we want them. If they're after Dion, wouldn't it make more sense to put them? Actually,
they expect me in the meeting, and they're looking for D. So we have to get away, make it away, so that they think at least one of the two of us is in the building. The way to make that happen is if, and I hate to say this, one of us walks in the building.
I mean, again, Elijah speaking. I mean, in theory, you guys just need to enter the building, and if we can convince them, I don't know, taking over their Bluetooth or whatever, that you guys have made it to the office floor, or at least like the floor where our explosives are going off. You don't have to get to that floor. You can just enter the building.
Wait a minute. And like,
wait.
Go for it.
Cameras. When I snooped around the cameras section in Continental Breakfast's woefully unprepared architecture.
I like Continental Breakfast. That's pretty good. Continental bullshit. Whatever. I don't care.
So let me.
So sorry.
Yes, Lynx did say Continental Breakfast. Lynx has a terrible habit of forgetting things, the proper names of things. Okay, just shush.
From now on, that's the only thing I'm calling them. That's it. That's the name. Sorry. That's it. Get fucked. Oh shit.
Stop.
Okay, bring it back. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Do your thing. Have fun.
If we can get footage of us, I can scrape together and let's leave it at edit some of the video that they have stored and have it roll at a specific time.
Wait a minute.
Okay, I'd like you to. Oh, sorry. What?
If Arthok has been tailing us this long, they likely have some signal they're keeping on us. Do they have to see us on video, or could we spoof that signal?
You don't know that they have a signal on you. That's. But yeah, I'd like to. Link's probably roll some. I'm not sure, some tech roll or some sort of like a human perception insight type thing with that plan.
Let's do cybertech.
I think cybertech is appropriate. Yeah. Yeah, 19's pretty good. Yeah, I think you're sort of looking at like the way they operate and the way the cameras are set up. That yeah, that's like maybe the second weak point they have is that they are likely to only have one net runner. If you can get around that net runner, if you can trick them with fake footage, or you can like just take them out and like pretend to be them, you can feed the van fake information, and then you don't have to find the van.
We could. Okay. So we could either go after the van, or I could feed them fake information.
Mm-hmm.
Both of those sound like pretty good plans.
And there's still that node that's parked right outside of this building.
Uh-huh.
So
yeah, it is basically right where you pinged on the top of it there.
So we hit the node, give you time to out. So we got to give you enough time to spoof over that net runner and enough time to track the car they're using.
Well, I can always I can always keep a constant ping on.
And all we
So-
have to do is give you a few more minutes.
What's the likelihood? What Lynx is gonna? Can Lynx try to make try to maybe do like a sort of like a cyber tech roll on like seeing how far the van might have to be from their netrunner to properly interface?
Yeah, you can sort of try and use that to triangulate best case scenario where it's going to be.
Yeah. Okay. So
Damn,
Lynx is
that's
gonna-
smart.
21. Hey.
21?
21.
Yeah, so like if the netrunner is going to be up here on the top, and the Arasaka goons could be anywhere in this building, and just from your understanding of how like their hit squad would operate, you assume just like by the heights of these buildings and how well they're going to allow this sort of Bluetooth ping, they're actually going to have to be probably in the parking lot here or in the parking lot up here. But the more buildings that are between them and their guys, the worse signal they're going to get. So they actually probably want to get kind of close in this area with a lot of very tall buildings.
Well, ain't that just fucking dandy?
I'm wondering. Lynx is wondering whether she can use this, if she can kind of finagle a way to make it so that they'd have to be in this parking lot instead of this.
Well, they're going to try and be in the place that has a lot less of eyes on them. They don't want someone like rolling up to the van and asking about it mid operation. So if you can find a way to manipulate that.
I mean, I would imagine, and you could tell me if this is not the case, but I would imagine maybe if a certain concert across the street got a little bit rowdy, maybe the guards around back would have to come up to the front to reinforce.
Yeah, maybe. If the concert kind of
so
spilled onto this street.
Yeah. And so after he kind of like makes that plan in his head, he'll just kind of like look over and just go like, "Hey, dude, fuck another bar fight?"
Fine. Just tell me when and where.
Yeah, I think you'll know exactly where it's gonna be. Just look for the signal.
All right.
Right.
So yeah. So okay. So here's the setup then, and he'll kind of like try to refocus in. All right, Ma, you're finding that van, isolate the signal, and convincing the Arasaka goons that we're inside the building. Doc, you're with her and keeping her from getting shot in the back of the head, preferably. Thank you and appreciate it. D, you're with me and we're at the protest. We're gonna cause a bit of a scene, get things stirring, see if we can guards. Once the guards leave and come to the front, Ma, your goal is to find that van, get it isolated. Once you get it, D, me and you disappear in the commotion. We all converge on that van, knock the fuckers out, or kill them if we have to, and then boom. Literally, boom.
Mm.
What are we thinking, kids? Good plan, bad plan, best plan? I know.
Well, Lynx is no plan is going to survive first contact. Do we have any backups?
Yeah. You reach my
Plan
books.
B?
All right, plan B.
You read too much.
Plan B. That's actually a fantastic question. Okay, here we go. All right, I got this. Plan B.
I mean, Lynx has an idea if you're willing to hear her out.
Mother, I am always willing to hear you out.
Because it doesn't necessarily have to be that everything goes boom.
I'm listening.
What do you propose?
Well, thanks to our friend Elijah here, and through our efforts, thank you, Doc, we can I can now hack into the Arasaka goons, so we could test out this nifty new program that I have to make them kind of go a little bit insane.
Are you talking about inducing cyberpsychosis?
Hmm.
It's more like their computer takes over and is super defensive, but it looks like cyberpsychosis.
So, here's a thought. Both?
If one fails, the other one will have already gone past.
Who's to say we can't make a few cyber goons go a little bit trippy, and then also blow some shit up? If anything, that kind of just gives us more cover.
How long will you need to set up the program?
It's going to be like a net run action, but you are going to have to beat a certain amount of inner security. So Should only take a few seconds if you roll well.
Depends on how well protected their gear is.
Then our goal is to keep you as hidden as possible so you can have all the time you need to do that. In which case, well, I think the plan still holds up. But if things fall south, D, you and I slip out of the commotion of whatever fight we cause and head to group up with them as fast as possible. And if necessary, we just pull out. If anything goes too far south, we pull the trigger, blow the explosives, leaving the commotion.
Well, as long as it doesn't get us filled with holes.
Friend,
You know what to
every
do.
plan can get us filled with holes. But if
Walking
you've
down the
noticed, kind
street
of like,
can get you filled with holes in this city.
but kind of like gesture to all of his friends, and just say, but you'll notice none of us seem to have that many holes.
No, I only have broken ribs.
No holes. That's the point.
Eh. See, I think that's
Huckabee goes up to Fox and puts his hand on his shoulder and says, "And when this bravado of yours inevitably gets you shot in the back of the head, I happen to know a very good doctor."
good.
Yeah, I think I've already had at least one of you routing around in my brain a little bit. I'll try to keep it down to just one for now. Nothing personal, kid, right?
Everyone says that until they have a hole in their head.
That's fair.
I mean,
Having said that, though, Fox will kind of just turn to you all and just say, there is something we should probably talk about, though. We got to talk about anything else, like we said before, any other job. Shit could go south here, as in more than our usual south. So I can't speak for any of you, but having recently acquired a little something called responsibility, if anything happens and I get some holes put in me, keep Raina safe?
You didn't even have to ask it.
Just making sure, Ma. That's all. Having said that, he looks over at the time and says, got about half a day to ourselves, and Papa wants to get laid. So let's break for now. Meet back here tonight, make sure everything's set up in place, and I don't know, make your peace with your families if you want to.
Whatever that means for someone like me.
Don't worry, friend. Everything will be fine. Get a drink. I'll bring something back. It's like he's a drinker, Doc. What's your poison? Come on, give me something. Anything you want. Top of the shelf.
It may be an old-fashioned taste, but have you heard of a spirit called whiskey?
I know a guy who knows a guy.
Much appreciated.
See what I can do. Be back in a couple hours, friends. It was kind of like wave off behind him as he heads off.
So yeah, it's a Friday morning. The concert is on a Saturday. You guys, have like a day and a half, really, like until it really starts.
Don't say it. Don't say it.
Say what?
I didn't do it. No, don't worry about it.
I missed it. Anyways, so you have this day to relax or prep stuff. I think that a few things happen that you guys may want to address but don't have to. Doc, you get a call from Professor Selena, who is working on like the, I guess, antidote to this nano stuff.
Oh, so she can call him? Well, fuck.
Yeah, but he's the expert on what they're doing here. It's mostly just like some technical stuff on, hey, how do the machines react to this thing or that thing? She brings up a bunch of documents. So you could be working on that. You also know that technically the arm needs to be returned before like Monday.
That is true.
So you can sort of go there if you need it.
So I forget, was there any did we have any outstanding arrangements with Rockland for this? As far as because I feel like given what we had to go through to get it back, I should demand hazard pay. But Huckabee is not a skilled negotiator.
Yeah, well, I believe technically the deal was that you basically get a week to return this before it becomes public knowledge, and that it's you get a higher amount if you bring it back before then. they're going to put it out for like 3K, and you get it for 5
All right.
if you can bring it in before Monday. And the only other stipulation was like you don't tell anybody about this, which, as far as they're concerned, is you don't tell any like news organizations or corporations about it. They don't care if some random booster ganger or whatever knows.
Okay.
That's really all the stipulations you have, but you do know you have the thing, so you are in a position of power negotiating.
All right, Signore Fixer. Any tips on what to negotiate for?
Well, let's see. He'll kind of just like look at Doc. So for starts, dress better, try to look a little better, maybe smile a bit more. And that thing you're doing with your face, that just stop it entirely.
We need
if
to
you
fix
could.
all of that.
Yeah,
Well,
just
you know me,
work-
Volpo. I'm always smiling.
yeah, smile differently. Or don't. No, you know what? Don't smile. Actually, if you could try, negotiate not face to face. Like do like a phone call if that's like a still thing people do. But yeah, outside of that, I feel like remain confident. Believe in yourself, and failing in that, just believe in the me that believes in you.
Please, like to add of character, bring up this another point. Doc, you still have the bug that I had taken from when your aunt had left behind.
Bugs?
Oh yeah.
I mean, it
Is
was a
there
good shot.
anything?
Wasn't able to broadcast any signal, but
You put a
Is there
bug in it?
anything we can do with that, or because like I imagine she is not going to be too phased by the knowledge that I found the bug she planted. This is
very
probably a
much
regular
disposable tech.
occurrence. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, what's that? Someone put a bug on me again? Must be Thursday.
You're like, look, your aunt's been pulling this shit since you were like a teenager. You're like, yeah, no, her placing listening devices around is just, she might as well just have them spilling out of her pockets in most cases.
All right. All right. Well, I guess I'll give Rachel a call. Oh, thank you. I guess I'll give Rachel a call. Boy, do I have some good news for you. And some bad news, but we'll talk about that in a little bit.
Your Aunt Rachel answers the phone. It's like, I believe that we should talk about the bad news now, because I assume the good news is you have my cyberware.
As astute as ever. Well, the bad news concerns what we had to go through in order to get the cyberware. It was, shall we say, an unexpected difficulty. I think the unexpected difficulty that warrants raising my fee slightly, perhaps by another 1,000.
This is going to be an interesting conversation. I think her response is, you seem to mistake me for someone who cares about your well-being, but I do want you to roll me some, I'm trying to think of what persuasion for this would work. Bribery could work? Conversation?
Reverse bribery.
Persuasion?
Conversation.
I like to think Foxy is just tearing up a little bit listening to
Like-
it.
That's my boy.
My boy's doing good.
He's tearing up. It's like, you only have... Oh, fucking hell.
Well.
welp.
Yeah, except you. The other one was also the minus, so this is actually
Yeah.
the best it could be in
Yeah,
the
it's the best
situation.
possible outcome.
It's the best worst. It's the best of the worst outcomes.
Yeah, because a 12, she's still like, I don't know that 1,000 is worth getting this in, and you know for a fact that's a bluff and a half. But you know that if you push that too hard, she might realize you know what this arm does. She's like, I don't
Well-
care if some booster gangers go cyber psycho enough, $1,000 worth.
And, well, Well, as long as you want to be like that, this arm will be. This arm will not be making its way back to you, and I can't. It's all well and good if a booster goes cyber psycho, but how many will go psycho before some passing media start realizing they all had possession of this one particular arm?
Yeah, I like that. Is there? Yeah, I think this is another persuasion. This is just you getting a second one in or conversation.
So proud of him.
Because yeah, 12 is not low enough to fail. It was like a medium. Ooh, that's much better.
Ooh.
Yeah, so you can like hear her seething. She's not making noise, but you can like hear the expression on her face. It just and like,
Come now, Zia, you know it's going to a good cause.
fine. We will pay 6,000 for the arm, and I will bookmark the extra 1,000 as cost of business. I guess. You know that they're not
I
going to
always
care
had
about your
faith in your
hazard pay,
managerial
but
skills.
we will be at the Rockland building. I would like you to meet me here by 5 p.m. sharp tonight. I'm not going to miss my dinner plans over this.
Please, you know I don't want to keep you. I will be there. You have my word.
What you talking about? I'll fight. What you talking about? I won't miss my dinner plans. I got the fucking rare piece of tech. Who the fuck are you talking to? The fuck?
She's talking to her nephew that she hates. That's who.
But somebody the fuck would.
Whose parents she's holding in fucking.
Somebody owe me someone talking about something. Let me get this done. I want to be at dinner by 5. You owe me money. Who are you talking to? Let me chill. Anyway, my fault. Y'all go ahead. Y'all keep role playing.
She's being
Y'all
pretty
keep role playing. I'm sorry.
She's being pretty charitable to somebody whose parents she literally has as hostages.
Right. Like,
I think it went surprisingly well.
honestly, it could have been worse.
I guess you get the sense, Doc, that she was prepared for you to negotiate up, and she just irritated that you did it well.
He learned from the best, obviously. How could he fail?
So yeah, I think that that's a pretty easy exchange for you to do. That when you go to the Rockland building, she like meets you out front, like you're not even getting in the lobby, and she has 2 of these like red robots with like what look like spears, like sci-fi spears behind her, and it's very much Rockland tech. Like,
sorry, I'm just
That's right.
recognizing a creation of my own design.
Oh no.
Yep, but no, they're extremely Rockland. Like they're flashy, they're fashionable. All their cyberware has like some odd honeycomb patterns, or is like statuesque. They could be like art pieces in a high-end apartment if they needed to. I imagine Doc finds it quite droll. They're like, more of this shit.
Sounds like they're doing the most.
Yeah.
I lose no.
That's Rockland's aesthetic is, hey, what if cyberware but fashion?
Mm-hmm.
When your aesthetic is doing the most.
But yeah, that's she tapping her toes. She's looking to get the arm, and she's like, well,
Here you are. I'll take my money now.
yeah, she it's almost like some sort of hostage exchange, like not really, but there's a sort of tension where she holds out the card but doesn't let you take it until she has the arm. Just that kind of petty shit. And
or like extra dominance. I
now see
maneuver the arm to take the money from her hand.
What I was gonna say. That's what I would have done if I were there. I would have held out the arm and been like, "My money, please."
Yeah, so you do get the money first, and like
check?
the moment you have the money and the arm, you can see the robots like they don't point weapons at you, but they suddenly go from looking straight forward to like looking at you, like they're ready. But you, I assume, hand over the arm without trying to cause them trouble.
Indeed.
Yeah, and she
I
gets
hope
it
this
and
does
then
not
hands
eat
it.
into your dinner budget too much.
just know that there's some poor Rockland goons who aren't going to be getting their Christmas bonuses this year.
Thank you for reminding me how terrible a boss you are.
Damn.
She hands the arm to
Bow. Shots fired.
yeah. She hands the arm to one of the robots who then like look it over, and I think that you're very grateful that you didn't like really alter it in a serious way. Like even at this point, it has regained its nanobots because you only flushed it at a certain point several days ago. So like there is, as far as they can tell, not anything seriously wrong with it. And she sort of goes back inside and just like doesn't want to interact with you much anymore. But you do have time for a parting shot if you have something good.
I thought that was my parting shot.
Yeah, I feel like the horrible boss is a pretty good one, honestly.
That's a pretty tall one to leave on, honestly. You just let the burn, let the burn settle in, let her sit on that one for a little bit. Let her take that one home. You feel me?
Can you give
Let
her
her
a
chew on
nice
that one at dinner,
smile?
Beg your
Sorry,
pardon,
was that Joe?
Can you give her a nice, like, professional smile?
Just
as you walk over? Is there any way to like roll for how pissed off it would make her?
nah, just like
I mean, if you want to, yeah, I'll let it be.
Tate, like whatever the Rockland motto is, just like you should just like say that to her back, just whatever whatever like Rockland's like shitty corporate like motto is, just like you should say that to her. Just say that right to her back.
Oh well, now I gotta find it real quick because they have one in this
Too long
book.
to
It's
look
very
up.
good. It's effectively like style and durability or something like that.
Ah,
It's like reliability and style or something. Which, ironic.
yeah. May it bring much style and reliability.
It's pretty good, yeah.
Quality. Well done. Master play. Couldn't done it better
Oh
myself.
no, okay, it's so much better. It's so much better. It's Rock Og, cyberware for humans by humans.
Oh, dear.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. Most human people work for this company. Absolutely.
All right. Well, I'll
yeah.
take my 6K EBs and return to the complex. And if I have any more time after that, I'll probably spend it trying to make pharmaceuticals for the big day tomorrow.
Yeah, okay.
Because we might need medicine.
Yeah, if I'm gonna look this up right, but I believe it's a pretty simple roll. I just gotta remember what the
Yeah, it's a med tech check, which is or like a medical tech check, which is like a roll skill. So it's tech plus, yeah. So it's a +9 bonus.
Yeah, okay. Roll for it.
Do the roll. I just popped a bean and I'm on a helicopter. I apologize. I have no idea where that came from. I'm so
16, which is enough to pass a
hey.
DV13.
Yep.
Oh.
So yeah, you can make, I'm gonna say a few doses since you have a few hours to do this.
Okay. Well, I can only make. There's only 2 drugs that I can make right now, so I'll make. How many hours do I have?
I mean, depending on how much sleep you want, you got anywhere from like 2 to 5.
Sleep is for the guiltless, dude.
All right, so I'll make 2 doses. What do I have? What are my skills on? I'll make 2 doses of speed heal and 2 of rapid detox.
Okay.
I guess I'll just throw that in my inventory.
Yeah, go for it.
Useful.
All right.
Those do cost still 200 eddies on that,
200
but
each.
that's like a lot lower than they cost normally.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's kind of how you spend your day. I'm not sure what Dion and Fox want to do. I feel like Lynx, if you wanted to, you could at least set up a message to like set a time to talk with Oryx.
Okay. Let's see. maybe the day after. We should lay low actually. Give it 2 days to lay low. So, Lynx will shoot off a message to meet up on, say, blowing things up on Saturday. So meet up on Tuesday.
Oh no.
Blowing
Lynx
stuff on
just waved their own
Saturday.
death flag.
I think it's on a Tuesday.
It's
No,
a Tuesday.
Lynx.
Look, everything.
You
All this shit
you
happens on a Tuesday.
don't you know the anime tropes? Whenever a character says, "Don't worry, we'll talk after this battle," someone dies in that battle.
Fine.
You just waved your own death flag.
Oh,
That's a
hush.
red flag.
It's in
Thankfully,
the wind.
this is not dictated by me, a writer. It is dictated by dice.
You've already.
It's all fine. But
you know the
no,
dice will always tell the
actually
story.
though, but Lynx is not is fine with is just gonna shoot a message to Orc saying like we'll see if we can talk later. But Lynx is actually going to see if she can't improve the shutdown on her the shutdown program that she
Okay.
created.
Yeah, okay.
So.
Yeah, so we're going to use a similar role to the fabrication expertise from Tex, because this is kind of what you're doing, but programming-wise. So roll tech plus cybersecurity, I'm going to say.
Tech plus cybersecurity? Okay.
Yeah, and plus your rank in net running.
So tech plus cyber tech. All right.
That's a number.
Let me see the stat. Stat plus 5.
I'm a problem.
And this is tech.
Yeah, sorry. No, that'll work.
Oh, and I forgot to add in my cybersecurity, so that would be 6 plus 6.
But yeah, no.
I rolled
You
everything
kind of
correctly.
did the equation funky, and also I meant security tech, because this is a program hacking thing, not necessarily a net running thing.
You know what? I'm just gonna do a security tech roll and then add 5 to that.
Yeah.
22.
22. Yeah, I think that you get this to be a little more effective. Like you make a few extra if-then cases. If like their security is this way, do it that way, etc., etc. So you're covering a little more ground. And I think it's effectively going to be that when you use this program, you get to add a +2 to your roll.
Ooh, I would do that. +2. And I'm doing this for like the Bluetooth Chaos program, or I called it Bluetooth Chaos.
Yeah. No, I think that's a good name for it.
Nice. All right. So, I guess so Lynx is gonna spend her day just like fiddling around with the programs and trying to improve them. That's
Alternative title: The Chaos Control. I'm here all week.
Now it's our turn to
otherwise, she's
shoot
just gonna
you.
sit and rest because like her ribs are still not.
I'll show you my real power.
Yeah, the net running symbol for this, like the way it manifests now, has to be a spiny blue ball flying towards them. Or no, a black and red one. Excuse me.
Hey, Sonic can use Chaos Control. It's confirmed. It's canon.
Oh, no.
I know a lot about Sonic lore.
He's not wrong.
So it'll just be a blue, red, and black spiky ball that just rolls around all over the place.
Yeah. So I believe you get health back equal to your body and wisdom. We're gonna say that you didn't work hard enough to not get that. If that makes sense.
Word.
Makes sense. Okay, so body and
body and will. Excuse me.
Will.
Body plus will.
Okay. So that's +13, which means I am back to max health.
Yeah, so I guess that means technically, yeah, you have recovered from your broken ribs with Doc's help with medication. You feel like your ribs are still tender. They're definitely bruised, but it's no longer like a health or medical thing.
Damn, I just had ribs for dinner the other day and I'm hungry again. Stop talking about how tender her ribs are.
Wait, this just got really weird. Sorry.
Cannibal Dr. Dan.
Just got really weird.
Got very weird. Anyways, yeah, I think it's by the end of the day, you get a message back for Oryx, basically like, KK, And I think he said specifically, meet me at the infrastructure of the old railway, which you're familiar with. It's like kind of near the university. And they used to have a lot of net infrastructure for it. Like they were trying to make this thing where like the trains would automatically like adjust their scheduling and speed based on like if things were running late or the traffic that existed and stuff like that. It was very pretentious and a high-minded idea that didn't work well.
And oh, you know what? I think Lynx is even going to include a parting shot. Look forward to Saturday. We're gonna send quite the message.
Hopefully,
yeah, I think Oryx is like his message seems a little confused about that. He's like, yeah, okay, I'll watch the news, I guess.
that's a good idea. Do that exactly.
Yeah, I think his sort of parting shot is like, P.S. Don't trust robots right now. Don't do it.
Okay, I will take that under advisement.
It's
Okay.
very cryptic, but like that's the thing he says.
Okay.
So, anyways, yeah, I don't know if Dion wanted to do something with his day off, or we just want to jump to the next day.
I was trying to think of something Dion could do, but nothing really came to mind. Could Dion do any? I mean, it's already pretty much all the like research done.
Yeah.
I think of.
You might be able to look for Tess. You know where she said she would be hiding, but you're also worried that as long as the Arasaka guys are around, they might follow you there.
Yeah, that would it be possible to find her location without, or to look for her location without alerting Arasaka?
Yeah, it would require a higher research roll, I guess, to both look for her digitally, but also not give away that you're doing so.
Okay. Would that be a library search or?
Yeah.
Okay.
And remember, you get the +2 from your agent.
Oh, that's right. Nice. Damn, I lose it every time. Oh, here it is. Okay.
You got it. I believe in you.
Thank you.
That's
18. You put a lot of your effort into not being found, and you like know the location she's probably at. Like I said before, it's like one of the old sort of underground spaces. It's like where a warehouse kind of collapsed into an old subway that never really worked. But you don't necessarily find evidence of her because you are sort of taking your time to hide your presence digitally. But you identify exactly where on the map this sort of fictional location from this manga that she left a page of would be.
Okay. Good.
So it's a step forward, just like not as strong as you would like. Anyways. But yeah. So I guess that takes us to the day of the concert, unless Fox wants to roll for getting laid.
No, despite saying that that's actually what he's off to do, it's actually not what Fox is going to do with his day. He just told everybody that to save face, honestly. No, god damn it. What's actually going to happen is Fox will do two things. The first of them is he will basically kind of just like do a sort of like a round of like check-ins on different people, kind of just make sure everything's in place. He's kind of like almost like uncharacteristically nervously kind of like checking in on people, just making sure everything's in place for today. He'll probably go out for a bit, maybe take the car for a drive to like an old bar he's been to for a bit, kind of just hang out, talk to some people, get a drink, maybe just kind of settle his head for a bit. And then he walks back into Neon Lights. If anyone's like not like outside of their room, they'll probably notice him kind of like stumble back in. It's like not later in the day, but like nighttime-ish when he stumbles back in, looks at least kind of drunk, but not like smashed. And he goes over to Jess's room and kind of just knocks on the door. It's just like, is the kid around? I want to talk to her.
Yeah, when you knock on the door, there's like, oh, sorry?
Said you were talking about death flags earlier.
I mean, I figure if we're all throwing them, fuck it. Like,
Yeah, I think that the bar you go to is like the Albatross is this bar right on the docks that a lot of the nomads, the like ocean nomads, go to. It's where Auntie Noelle tends to go a lot as well. And you're fairly welcome there, not necessarily as a nomad, but you're like familiar enough with the culture. They're like, yeah, it's Foxy. We deal with him. He's cool.
My people.
There's some like old pilots and sailors that you just shoot the shit with and get drunk with. Yeah, when you get back and you knock on Jess's door, there's the sound of cartoons playing, like kids' cartoons. So when she says, "Yeah, Raina is here," she sort of thinks for a minute and looks you up and down, and you're not so drunk that she's like worried. So she's, "Yeah, come on in."
All right,
And
I'm kind of like shamble in for a bit, and like
Mhm.
I'm assuming Raina's like on the floor or like hanging out somewhere. And
yeah,
like,
yeah, she's doing that little kid thing where you're like, she's on her stomach and her like feet are kicking behind her
oh,
because
my favorite.
she's a child and is never uncomfortable in any position for some
My
reason.
favorite. I love that. So yeah,
Yeah.
Have you
I'll
done
just,
that
like,
as an adult? It hurts.
Yeah. I'll just kind of like plop on the floor next to her and like pat her head for a bit and just like, hey
Mhm.
kiddo, how's the day been
Yeah.
for you?
It's a big smile, and she starts talking to you about just some random stuff. Apparently, Enzo was like test flying one of his drones, and she just thought that was really cool and asked him a bunch of kid questions about it. She went and hung out with Auntie Noelle for a little bit as she was uh, basically like trying to plant a garden in one of the nearby building like rooftops. She's like planning it out and putting some dirt in and stuff. And yeah, she did that. And then when Jess got home, she like tells you about the food that she ate, and it was apparently kibble like every day. But you know, Raina thought it was cool and it was a different flavor, and wanted to talk about that.
Well, I'm excited. I'm glad she enjoyed those things. Yeah, I'm basically gonna treat her the same way real life Foxy treats his little brother, which is just like whatever he talks about, just seeming very excitedly into, just like, wow, really? Tell me more about that.
Yeah, exactly. She's like, and the drone was like making noise and it sounded like a bee, and like,
Yeah, really? That's incredible. just like all that stuff. And like just be like, yeah, you had a day, huh, kid? Yeah,
yeah, it was fun.
I'm glad. I've been a little busy, but I wanted to come by and check on you for a little bit.
Mhm.
I got stuff. I got grown up stuff I gotta do tomorrow, and I like I super want to because it's important grown up stuff, but I'm tired, you know, kid. I'm tired.
And like that like childhood like almost wise look, and she like, yeah, mom says that there's stuff that adults have to do that's no fun and that we all have to do them.
Yeah, that's usually how this goes. In fact, most of my life is not fun stuff that I don't want to do but have to. But you know what? You don't have to worry about that because you're still small. Anyway, not to Debbie Downer your situation because it sounds like you've had the most fun day, but just felt like before I pop off to do grown-up stuff that I come by and let you know that I care about you, kid. You're important to me, and I'm glad I'm in touch with you again, you know?
Yeah. She seems like she's a hugger, so she's like gonna give you a hug.
Oh, I take hugs. Hugs are great. So I need you to do me a real big favor, all right? I
Mm-hmm.
need you to sit tight. I need you to not get on your mother's nerves tonight and have a real, real good time getting some rest and some sleep because tomorrow is a big day for both of us, I'm pretty sure. And if the next time I come by I hear you've been good, I'll see if I can't grab you some ice cream, huh?
Her eyes light up because ice cream is basically a childhood delicacy for anyone in Night City.
It's a delicacy for everyone. That ice cream is amazing. This one knows what's up. So yeah, I'll just kind of like throw Jess like a very apologetic, just like, sorry, look.
I think her face is like, if you're paying for it.
Yeah, don't worry, I got this. So yeah,
Jess does seem a little concerned, like as you're saying, like because she's an adult and understands basically what you've just said for real.
adult words. Yeah, after I kind of like I leave Rain, I'll give her a big hug, kind of like let her get back to her cartoons. I'll hop up and walk over to Jess and be like, "Yeah, big day tomorrow, huh?"
Like, well, I'm trying not to be too involved with that, just to protect her. So I hope it's not too big of a day.
You know, I feel like big is a relative term, but we won't worry about that right now. He'll spend kind of several minutes trying to like stutter over what to say, just kind of like, Jess, the way this um eventually kind of just like pull out like a small cred stick and he'll sort of like toss it over to her. upon looking at, I guess, I don't know how to know how much it is. Maybe she has to like scan it to see how much is on it, but it's like 25,000 euro bucks. It's just like, hold on to those for a bit. He'll kind of just like start walking away.
She's like, she doesn't stop you because she also has that sort of hesitant, like, where is our relationship at feel to this. But she sort of nods and understands that this is like a serious, like, in case it goes wrong sort of situation.
And then at the door, he'll kind of just turn back and just go, "You be safe out there, all right?"
You're the one who needs to be safe.
Plenty of things have tried and failed to kill me. And
The
yeah, that's all I got
unspoken
for
thing
tonight.
that she said in a lot of conversations with you is like, until it does, but she doesn't here.
Yeah. But and I'll stumble slightly drunkenly back to my room and collapse asleep because tomorrow is a day.
Right.
Be quite the day.
So yeah, in the morning, or I guess it's probably fairly early in the morning, you end up meeting with first your fixer friend, whose name I definitely have here.
Is it my man
Hime.
Hime?
Yeah,
My broski
Hime.
Hime! My
Yeah,
God, my
Hime arrives
fucking
with
dude!
his sort of like two bodyguard guys you've met at this point, Rooster and Goose.
Rooster, two birds of a feather.
Yeah. Again, I think it's the joke you made last time, but it's very funny to me if you make the joke again and they're like, yeah.
It's just like, yeah, I know. It gets more fun for me every time.
Yeah, and
yeah.
as they're setting up, he has like just what looks like the flat end back of a truck with a bunch of speakers, and then it's like a stage that is part of a flatbed.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, yeah, I managed to get a hold of it. It wasn't too pricey, but it's still a little pricey.
She is a beaut. How much I owe you for her?
So I'm thinking for you, because I like you, it's 1,000 credits. I mean, this is a lot of equipment. The speakers are like taller than you.
Like without even like not even thinking about it, just like kind of hand a card over to him. Just a few extra for your troubles. And it's like there's like 1350 ish on that. Just like
He's like, all right, this is perfect. And I think it's like, yeah, maybe a few more hours before your band gets there, the Mid-State Blues. You guys have not really seen them face to face too much. You did see them like perform at the Wonderland Club. There's Kevin. He's like kind of like a thin, lanky dude. Dark complexion. He has like a very well defined like high top hair. Like he puts effort into it. And he's wearing like a suit vest and like an unbuttoned white shirt underneath the suit vest. It's like very sloppy jazz performer look to him.
Yeah, it's a get up, all right.
And then he's almost like the polar opposite of the guitarist and sort of the more face of the band, Anita. Anita shits because the chat likes weird names, and that works really well for her sort of feel.
Wait, is that a
Is
pseudonym?
that Tim?
Yep, that's his that's her name.
That's Kevin.
Anita shits.
Is that a stage name or is that her like?
That's her
name?
real name.
Oh boy.
Yep. And yeah, she's in sort of like this really like well-kept leather jacket with just spikes all over the shoulders. She's carrying like a guitar, whereas Kevin's carrying a saxophone. And
Hey, saxophone.
yep. And yeah, they walk up and Anita's like, all right, so this is Silverhand, right? We're doing a Silverhand? That's what I heard?
That's the goal. You guys just worried about making some noise. We'll handle the boom part.
So yeah, that's the plan. I just don't want to mess up my whole look. And she's like looking over the speakers and is having a pretty good time just sort of looking at this tech. And yeah, the crowds.
I told you I would bring you some quality speakers, right? Foxy always provides.
Yeah, I feel like she's yeah. So she is looking over the speakers as people sort of crawl in, and I think the sort of final note before we head to break is that Lynx, I kind of assume that you're just sort of pinging for Bluetooth, like these Bluetooth things every once in a while.
Yep.
Yeah, so I'd like you to roll me that real quick. Just that.
Just a quick net run.
Oh yeah, the one that you use to find nodes.
That's just a net run. Ooh.
Well,
Yeah, with an 8 while you're in the park, you get the faintest hint of one person, like no, actually up here, getting close to the hacking node, and you realize that now is the time. The plan is going to start. And yeah, we'd like to take a break right
after
here.
this.
Yeah, after these messages.
Love that. Yeah, so we're gonna take because we're a little bit early for our break. We're gonna take a slightly longer break than we usually do, just to give y'all a good amount of time to get a nice little bathroom break in. So we'll be back in like we'll call it say like 10, 15 tops maybe. Don't worry, y'all know when we're coming back. We'll make sure everybody's aware of it.
We'll
But we're gonna head off
tweet
over into intermission. Y'all be safe. We'll see you guys back in a little bit. And remember, if you missed the first episode of our D&D campaign, Seven Sons, it is now up. The VOD is now up on our YouTube, which is linked in the thing. And if it's not, I'll get it linked there. Don't worry about it. So that, and go ahead, take us out, Spree.
Hey, everybody. How's it going? We're back from break.
I love Joe just sitting there, just like.
We might be about to die.
Sorry, I was checking something important.
It's all good, bro. Don't worry about it.
Nothing. This isn't
Y'all must have sacrificed something.
related to this.
Foxy doing kind of dabs, not really.
I don't know what I'm just turned up, guys. That's all.
Running, man. Hey.
All right, let's get into it, guys.
There's a large percentage that at least one of us will die. So
I mean, isn't there always a pretty large chance that at least one of us will die?
Pretty
none of
much.
it's
We
Cyberpunk,
raided a gang
baby.
headquarters a few days ago.
Hey, I'm not the one who raised my flag at full mast.
I did throw. I threw a death armada. It wasn't even there's a death parade going on down Fox Street right now. it's a fucking. I got like flag twirlers.
Bro, in
I
an
have a
anime,
half-raised death flag. It's
in an
flying at
anime, you'd watch
half-mast.
that episode and you'd be like, "All right, I know what's happening."
Yeah, he's gone.
Like, it would be more surprising if you didn't die.
Yo, facts. Subvert the tropes.
If
That's the
everybody.
question of this session. Can Fox subvert an anime trope?
Hey, this is a show where we do not bury our gays, so.
Exactly.
Ooh.
Well, all right. With that said and done, let's get into it.
Reed is more of a flag.
Hmm.
Right.
So yeah, what I want to do to sort of set the scene here for like the number of people around is I'm wondering if we can roll something where Dion and Fox basically are doing like a cooperative get hype roll between Dion's like thing that he wrote and Fox's reputation, and I'm not sure what that would be.
I got you covered.
I don't know. We could drink, maybe. But that might impair us a little bit. But we could, like.
No, what skill do you think would apply to this? Not what thing are you gonna do?
All right. I'm gonna say what we do is, I feel like the best thing to do would probably be. I mean, if we're trying to like stir up like get everybody hyped up, right? We probably want to do like a conversation or like a performance, probably some performance related, right?
Oh, you're talking about hyping the crowd up.
Yeah, it's more like it's a combination of Dion, what you've already done, and what Foxy might do now to get more people here.
Yeah,
as the concert starts.
It's really I mean, Dion, do you have any points in acting?
I thought about putting some in, but I do have a cool score of 8.
I also have a cool score of 8, so I mean, we could just use our collective presence and just roll our cool. You mean if you want, we can roll our combined. We have a combined cool of 16. We could just roll that.
Sure.
Yeah. Tate, you cool with that?
I'm gonna say
maybe if it's Dion's thing and I'm hyping people up, maybe we do Dion's cool plus half my cool.
I think what it would be is Dion, do you have a pretty good composition, I want to say?
Let me check that. I have 14.
So so not the skill plus the stat, but just the skill bonus. How about we add?
It's just 6, I believe.
Yeah, how about we add that to whatever social role Foxy is going to use to hype a crowd up?
I'm gonna do a. Yes, I mean, since I'll probably want to just like get up on stage, just like hype the crowd up a little bit. You mean just like yeah, what up? You mean just get everybody. So I'm gonna just do a solid conversation, Joe. You said add a 6 to it. Absolutely.
Yeah, add a 6.
Oh wait, are people here yet? Like, have people gathered?
Yeah. So there's some people showing up right now.
I don't think I rolled well. I rolled a 1. I rolled several ones.
Yeah.
But I add 6 to that, so it's a 16.
Yeah, so
in the wind.
I mean, 16 is still pretty good. I think you get up on stage first as people are showing up, and to Dion's credit and to Hime's, there are quite a few people showing up already. And I think also with that roll of a 16, Fox, you can sort of set the stage for the deception here of like what you're here for.
Yeah, so I'm gonna just walk up. You mean, and I guess I'm a little low energy because you mean Fox is still kind of worried about a lot of things. You know, it's a lot of moving parts for this operation. So we'll kind of just walk up on stage, just be like, hey, what's going on, everybody? Sure, a good chunk of y'all know who I am, so I ain't gonna bother introducing. But you mean, we just here to have a good fucking time, turn up a little bit, get drunk, fuck some shit up. But more specifically,
Mostly
we're here
that
to
last one.
celebrate. You mean? Because as of today, we're setting up a possibly massive cooperation with Continental Brands and South Night City, which is going to see a lot of infrastructure and resources poured into our neighborhood. So that's really helpful and reliable shit. You feel me? So don't even stress the big numbers right now. I'm gonna step in there. I'm gonna talk business as I always do, and I'm gonna take care of y'all like I always do. And what I need y'all to do is have a good time while I'm out here so that I come back to a fucking party, all right? Because this shit is dead. You feel me? And then I'll kind of just like throw the mic over to the band, be like, "Yeah, have a good fucking time," and I just walk off.
Mhm.
All right, and Lynx is gonna give Doc a look because she got a ping off of the scanner. It's like
The ping kicked in.
it's like all right, let's head off. Sends her and she's gonna try discreetly send a message the agent, Kit's agent, be like, we're gonna head off to the net.
All right, keep your head low. I'll just kind of like flash back. And then I'll let the band get on stage. And then at this point, I just want to kind of be in the crowd. It's like, dapping people up, having a good time. Just like, kind of just generally like trying to keep the crowd pumped up, Keep trying to keep the energy high, Might go buy a round of drinks for some people and pass them some shots, buy some drugs from somebody, pass them to somebody else, just whatever. Keep the party alive. That's all I want to do right now.
Okay.
Probably keep my man D with me, just like it's my man, really make sure to be like, it's my man who put it all together right now. Is what we wouldn't be here without my main man D right here. So just feature reference. You see him, you see me. This is my man's right here. Anything he does is a sanctioned operation in my neighborhood. Anywhere he goes, he got credit around my hood. You feel me? Anybody got a problem with him? I got a problem with me. All right. That's how we do it. That's how it's rocking around here. All right.
Okay, roll me some persuasion real quick.
I got you covered. Give me un secund.
Yeah, I think as Foxy walked off stage, the Mid-State Blues are the opening of their very first song is like this long growling guitar note that leans into a cover from Rage Against the Machine. I want to say it probably starts with like Guerrilla Radio, except imagine if like Guerrilla Radio, instead of having Tom Morello's amazing guitar solos, has like a squealing, angry sounding saxophone solo instead.
Interesting.
It's it's this very weird fusion, and that's like sort of the vibe they get. At this time and place in Night City, there's a lot of like covers going on, especially because there's not really infrastructure for like copyright strikes.
Yeah. Fox just like turns over, looks at Dion, and just says, "If Bulls on Parade starts, I'm going up there."
Dion just puts a hand on his shoulder and grips.
It's like, no, please.
Just don't do that.
Please don't do this.
But yeah, so they're the ones who rolled that 18 of like they're hyping the crowd up way more, and I think that there is a little bit of tension to what you said and the kind of music they're playing. That there's not really like I don't think that everyone truly believes you that you're here for like a peaceful negotiation. But I think with the 16, it's enough that they're like, we get that he's here to play an angle, but there's like some business deal going on.
I get that. They trust me. People trust me. They know what I'm doing. They know what I'm here for. That's all.
You have enough reputation; they know what's up. But yeah, I would like to.
I'm good in my hood. That's all I'm saying.
But I would like to move over to Lynx and Doc. And how are you going to handle this one ping?
Lynx is gonna see if she can try to sneak towards the corner.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I forgot. We're supposed to cause a distraction, aren't we?
No, that wasn't now, was it?
Was it now?
Well, honestly, this is a pretty distracting concert in that there's people like milling around this park and right up next to the building already around here.
We'll wait till things heat up and then we'll cause a bigger distraction if need be. Go for it, friends.
Yeah. But yeah, so Lynx and Doc, you can roll stealth and literally put yourself anywhere up to this corner, and like it's possible for you to hide even in plain sight because there's just so many people.
Yeah. So Lynx is gonna just quick. Where is stealth?
What is stealth? Why is stealth?
Who is stealth?
I saw. Rolled only a 16. Christ, tears.
I mean, a 16 is all right. Doc, if you don't want to do stealth, or I guess you just rolled it. I was gonna say if you don't want to do stealth specifically, if you think there's a social skill that you can just kind of like mill with the crowd, I will take that as a social stealth.
Okay.
Don't ask Lynx to do anything social. Lynx is just like, I'm just gonna.
What you have me for, ma?
How about conversation? There aren't really too many social skills for this kind of thing.
Yeah, I'm kind of down with that. If basically you're just like having conversations in the crowd, but you're deceptively trying to put yourself in a position that you back up Lynx. You're basically using your like a deceptive conversation skill to actually pretend like you don't care when you do. So you both got 16s. That works pretty well.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, so I'm gonna say that you can get up to like this corner without being seen, or yeah, like anywhere near that corner.
Okay. Okay.
There are guards sort of looking at you, but I think that Doc and you can move your token over here,
Sorry,
Doc.
yeah.
That's right. That Doc, your conversation starts to include them, so they're not looking at Lynx. And yeah, Lynx, you think you could probably net run into the same node that this guy is in, because technically the node is like here, and he is at max distance. He's basically where you were when you hacked in.
Got it. All right. So we're just going to actually, can Lynx peek around the corner to see if there's anyone suspicious around there, or just ping?
Yeah, you can. You can look around. It's a second stealth roll to like peek around that corner.
Okay. Actually, you know, we're gonna go with that, and we'll see what happens with the stealth roll first.
That
Ooh.
doesn't look good.
You can use a luck point to roll again with a +1.
Because I was thinking, right, if Lynx could, actually, you know what? Never mind. I had an idea, or like I had an idea where like Lynx would like try to pull like a sort of like pretending to be having it like having like a stumbling like just like conversation about like, all right, what the fuck is this like noise going on right now, and like see if she could try to really badly persuade whoever is on the other side that she's just got into a very interesting conversation. But we'll roll a luck point for that instead.
That's bad. Wait, that's not bad.
It's not bad. +1 is 21.
21.
Yeah, with a 21, you can definitely peek around that corner and not be seen. I think you're like sort of feeling the movement of the crowd, and you're like, if I do that here, and just a little bit, there's enough people around that corner that no one's gonna notice.
Okay.
Just move with the crowd, ma. Like
Alright.
I taught you. Just
Lynx
move
is
with the
just gonna
crowd.
sneak around the corner. Just be like, anyone suspicious, and kind of scan for that.
Yeah, so you see about where I placed that token. There is what is obvious to you, because I'm not going to have you roll to notice them. You already know there's someone there. What is obvious to you is an Arasaka goon in like street clothes, but it's like the same way that someone who's obviously a cop is wearing like way too like effective clothing for
Wearing
getting
a
out of
thing
trouble.
Wristband on and like the fanny pack and the awkward Tims, even though it's fucking like 70 degrees outside. And you're like, that's a fucking cop, bro. Like, come on. Excuse me, guys. You know where I could get some weed around here? No, the fuck I don't, sir. Mind your fucking business. Like,
Would you fine gentlemen know where I could procure some marijuana?
yo, I have a story about that, but I'll save it for another time.
How do you do, fellow civilians?
Yo. And they're
Alright.
never good. Yo, they're never subtle, bro. They're never subtle. Like,
All right. So Lynx is gonna like try and like make a subtle like just like ping to Doc like there's a guy over there, just like like just like try to see if like he can just try to get that information across to Doc in case
Oh,
we need
yeah.
to subdue him.
I mean, you could easily lean back and be like,
Subdue
just
him with
gesture
my
to him.
assault rifle.
Yeah. Just be like,
Well, I also want to remind you that you can sort of net run in there and start like attacking him, and for everyone else around who's not a net runner, it will kind of look like he just starts having a seizure.
well, let's go then.
And I would also like to remind Doc, you technically have one more dose of that stuff that you used to subdue the Golden Agers.
Oh, I thought that was an antidote for the nanobots.
It is also an anesthetic. That's what it was.
Is it now?
It's both.
Alrighty.
I'm not telling you guys what to do. I'm just reminding you as to the resources you have.
So Lynx is gonna let Doc figure out what he wants to do with that information that there is a guy over there, but she's just gonna she wants to get in on net
Doc
running
is
so
not
she can...
stealthy, is the thing.
So it sounds like we need an obvious distraction.
Yeah, I mean, there's not enough crowd around that corner to really conversation stealth your way through. But yeah, if
Yeah.
someone managed to manipulate the crowd into going that way.
All right.
Well, meanwhile,
just-
Lynx is gonna start net running.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, I don't know. This is the plan. Someone has to let. I'm still talking with D in the crowd. You gotta let me know
Yeah.
that we need a bigger distraction.
Oh yeah.
All right. Well,
Yeah,
okay.
let me really quick. I'm gonna set up that net run thing again, but this time there's a guy.
There's a guy.
See a dude?
Just a guy or one
He's
of
just a dude.
It's
It's just a guy. Really?
just a guy. Why does this NPC look like Chris Evans?
It's literally just a guy.
Yeah, so we're gonna do the net run thing real quick.
While he's setting that up, are you doing it right now?
Yeah.
I'll go ahead. You got it.
So Lynx, you enter into this front room, and you can tell immediately that this instance of it, someone has cleared the hell out. Like all of the demons and the other software is gone.
Convenient.
Because you did prep it to be easy to do.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that you would have to roll me some pathfinding to learn more, because I think we said last time pathfinding is going to effectively be the digital version of like perception, of just
Right.
like let you know more about what's going on in here.
Yep. Okay, so first Lynx is gonna install Sia.
Mhm.
And she's not sure whether or not like this guy has like any kind of speed. So she's gonna quick also install armor.
Mhm.
And then roll for pathfinding. So that
Okay.
is a net run +2. 16.
That's pretty good. Yeah, as you remember, that will actually get all the way to the bottom of this thing. And the things that you notice are in this order. First, no one has altered this structure yet. At least from what you altered, no one's found that you've altered it, and no one has made any additional changes. Secondly, you do notice the guy down here. I already had placed him, but now you're like, yep, he's definitely there for sure. And that he hasn't gone to the bottom level yet. And you also notice that he doesn't know you're there. You know that you kind of have to do a pathfind to know that other netrunners are in a structure. Similar to demons and programs. And unlike demons, he's not made aware the second you step in. So you're effectively stealthed still until he has a reason to pathfind or until you step into his room. And you also do remember that this is the level for the office cameras.
Okay, and then this one's level for the lobby.
Outside cameras. Yeah. I think maybe that's the one thing you notice is that he has set something in that node that you assume from your 16, like you get an idea that it's so he can swap to those cameras if he needs to. It's not like a sensor, it's he has like a pre-installed jack that he can just walk into that room, which takes no actions, and immediately have access to it without needing an interface action.
Ooh. Okay.
It's a pretty slick program. You almost want to like copy it.
Almost. Maybe a
You
lot.
should.
I kind of want to.
But yeah, that's what has happened thus far.
Yeah. Well, Lynx has already used all 3 of her actions, so.
Yeah, you don't see him move with your pathfind. Although technically you have to do another pathfind to know if he's moved, but he doesn't go into your room here on what would be his turn. But that's where you're at now, and I think that that's important before we go back to street level. So what's everyone else going to do with that information? You can easily tell them as part of just your normal actions of like, this is what I see.
Okay. So Lynx is just gonna message people and just let them know. Hey, Netrunner's already in the system. They haven't made any changes yet, but we might need a bit more of a distraction if we want to subdue him.
Say no more.
All right. Dion looks at Foxy and cocks an eyebrow.
You got my 6?
Yeah, I guess.
All right, then. And then Fox will turn, look for the nearest, most drunken-looking person, and just slug them.
All right. I'm going to say either roll to hit if you just want to do damage, or roll me some, I guess, persuasion if the goal is, let's start a riot.
The goal is just to start a big-ass fucking fight.
Wait, can Dion stop for a sec? I mean, listen, we can still do that. When was the last time you were in a mosh pit?
You know, it's been a while. Open it up! It's not open enough! I miss mosh pits, dude. Oh, man.
It's taking too much from us.
Fucking virus. Guys, you took everything from me.
So, Dion looks over and says, "You think we could open one up?"
It couldn't be that hard.
All right, get me in there.
All right. So yeah, Fox will kind of like dip back off a little bit, and Dion will kind of assume his goal is to like open up the crowd a little bit. But nah, Fox will actually appear on stage with another mic. Just be like, "Yo, open the pit up! Why the pit ain't open yet?" And just like kind of start pointing at the middle of the pit, like directly where Dion is, like just with the goal of like whipping the crowd into a nice huge mosh pit. And I will happily roll persuasion for you.
Yeah, go for it.
That's a 21.
21.
I'm going to
21?
Going once, going twice.
Damn, son.
Oh,
This
shit.
is for the band.
That's even better.
To resist your persuasion.
No, to roll with it.
Increase it. To increase it.
They stop whatever song they were playing and they
Oh,
just
the
go into
25.
Smells Like Teen Spirit.
I mean, that's not a bad idea.
Yeah, so
That
as
was
you
the
were like,
mosh pit song
It's
when I was in high school.
yeah, so they almost seamlessly transition from, I think they're like set like a song or two into their set. They're also doing some like really classic jazz stuff that they've turned into punk rock. Like if you've ever heard the song 16 Tons, they're in the middle of that. And they transition to what seems like a totally original but almost entirely instrumental song as like Anita just goes ham on this guitar. It's just like the most chaotic like double solo thing you've ever heard. They seem to have like a drum program that's keeping things pretty stable. And yeah, they just play into you like, let's open this pit up. And things start getting kind of rough in there.
And then I'm just gonna I'm gonna step back a little bit, give myself some distance, and then I'm just gonna like hop off the stage to just jump into the pit to be as close to Dion as I can.
Yeah. What I'd like Dion to do in this moment is, you know that there's like space basically to like the left of the map, and your goal is to open the pit up farther to the right to give these two more cover. So what I would like you to do is either roll me some sort of social skill if you think it will work, or roll me 2 attacks with your big knuckles to effectively punch it in that direction as a whole.
That's what I was hoping for.
Over here.
Punch the riot.
A little bit. If you have enough presence, if you have enough physical presence here, you can kind of direct where this opens up towards.
I stealthily punch the riot.
Can I use
That's
brawling?
got to be our raid hashtag.
Yeah. Sorry, what was that, Joe?
Can I use brawling for that?
Yeah, you want to use your melee because you're probably better at that. Your melee weapon.
Brawling's actually higher now.
Oh, is it? Well, then yeah, you can do that.
I was thinking something like this might happen.
18 is pretty good. So yeah, I'm gonna sort of editorialize where your token is that you're sort of like here in sort of the middle of this crowd. And as it opens up, you can feel it wanting to open up equally and stay in the park. And instead you just like shove several people like full body check like towards your friends sort of, and the whole
Move a mosh pit.
Punch the
the whole mosh pit sort of heads this way as you just body check a riot to sort of move here.
That is how you move a mosh pit. That is what you just start pushing people in a certain direction really hard. it's what you do. I mean, it was that or Wall of Death was our only option. Like,
Can I ask if I can do something very specific?
Oh, for sure.
How open is the pit, first of all? Like, is it getting filled in, or is it?
I'm gonna say that it is still at the early enough stages that you can still do something with it, but it's opening up pretty quick.
Can I look for the biggest guy? And
every time, yeah.
And
for the guyest guy.
raise my fist up and just like kind of nod at him.
The justest guy.
Yeah, you can nod at him, but it may surprise you to find out I've never been in a mosh pit. So, what is your goal here?
Fight him.
Okay, yeah, you can.
Go for a mosh pit.
They didn't have Mormon mosh pits, Tate?
Basic.
Nah, I didn't.
I just got delivered cookies.
Oh, it was Insomnia?
McDonald's, but still really good. And I'm really
How are their
hungry.
cookies?
I'm hungry, so I can't tell the difference.
Fair enough.
You're not wrong.
How is the food? I'm hungry.
When you're hungry enough, everything tastes good, man. So yeah, you can definitely fight this guy.
Hell yeah.
Take him out.
He's a pretty big dude, and I'm gonna remind you, you're brawling. You only get like one attack per turn. With your melee weapon, you technically get two because you're using your like cyber knuckles.
Okay, so do I have to do any convincing to start a fight, or can I just like to get this guy to come to me? Or
this guy's already pretty ready for a fight as this mosh pit is filling in pretty quick.
Use the knuckles.
It's not going to take anything, but if you want the first hit, you can get the first hit. He's not ready.
All right, so Dion gets this uncharacteristic look in his eyes that everybody gets like before they're about to hop into a mosh pit.
Oh yes.
And he points to him and just runs.
Give him the knuckles. Unlike Sonic, you don't chuckle. You'd rather flex your muscles.
Yeah, be hard as nails.
I roll a
brawl. Hard to tell.
Hard to tell.
Yeah, you roll whatever you want to do to attack this guy. Whether that's brawling or melee weapon, or I mean, you can be as brutal as you want.
Sad face.
Shit.
Oof.
That's poor rolling.
And he uses his evasion to try and avoid that.
Oh.
And so yeah, if this is brawling, then yeah, you take a pretty good swing, and you're like not really using the cyber knuckles on your hand. This is more of like full arm trying to just like swipe at this guy. And you picked a pretty big dude, and it seems like he kind of knows what he's doing. And he just sort of like casually leans, steps back. I think he like shoves into someone on accident because he's a bit drunk, and he's not phased.
Great job, D.
But the crowd is moved that way. So Doc, if you want to do some amount of social stealthing to get around that corner, you can. Oh.
Time for the power of conversation.
That's a number.
Hey, 19.
Hey.
Yeah, you can get like almost right on top of this guy. The people who don't want to be in the mosh pit are like around this corner over here, and they're milling around. And most of them are facing the pit. They're like, "Ah, man, look at all of this. I don't know that this is the concert we wanted to get to." And so you can easily just like back up towards this guy.
And I guess I don't know how this would work in like net running space, but like I guess I ask Lynx, like, would you like me to incapacitate him?
Just shoot him.
Why would I shoot him when I have drugs?
That's true. You do have drugs.
I think, Doc, you would know enough about net running to know that he will probably be easier to hit if he's actively being attacked in net space, because he has to choose between net running and physical actions.
So
And that, yeah, you could. You also know that there'll be a physical reaction when that happens. Like, you'll be able to see it if he gets attacked in that space.
all right. So I guess we go for the flying scissor,
I had a girl
which
do
is
that
a
to me once.
maneuver I just made.
Your com just come to line, Fox just like, I had a girl do that to me once. It was wild.
Not the time. All right.
So yeah,
It's-
you can like
alright.
get him right now if you want, or you can prep to get him once it's obvious he's being attacked.
I'd rather just get him right now, to be honest.
Get him.
What
Take him
roll? What do I need to roll for that?
It would be a melee weapon to stab him with this syringe.
Oh fuck.
out. So, well, maybe we reconsider the plan a little bit.
I would like to rethink this plan.
Here you go.
All right.
Because yeah, once
I
you do
guess
this, he will know you were there, and he will probably do something about it.
Mm-hmm. So I guess I message Lynx, being like, I propose a pincer maneuver. What do you think?
Lynx is gonna just send back. I gotcha.
Grab his dick.
All right. Let me know when
So-
you're ready.
Yeah, so here, you are in this net space, and Lynx, you have effectively two options. You run up to this guy. You don't have to do any of the password stuff because you already know all the passwords for this. You run up to this guy and attack him in the net space. And I'm going to say that if you are on the same room as him, you absolutely can start messing with his internal cyberware with the programs you've made as well. Those are just programs you can throw at him as part of your net running.
Ooh. Well,
You also know that definitely is going to mess with his like ability to dodge things because he has cyberware enhancing his reflexes.
okay. Lynx is gonna and okay, so actually, can Lynx learn anything about this guy and like how he's broadcasting to others while she's
Yeah, what you can do is roll your cybersecurity tech,
Mhm.
and we're going to say this is part of the. This is not one of your net actions.
Okay, so Lynx is gonna first figure out how he's currently trying to contact everyone else on his team, because that's kind of important. There's no point in taking out the net running guy if she can't easily impersonate them. So
Yeah.
19.
19. Wow, we had a lot of these. Yeah, you assume that their central van is actually just watching through his eyes to then report to the rest of the team that this guy has to have eyes on the cameras for the van to be able to see the cameras. He's not actively talking to them.
Okay.
So that's. I'll also say with that roll, you're pretty sure that you can detect this, like their Bluetooth thing. You can also. You could probably spoof one of them if you rolled a high enough cyber tech. You could like create the same ID that his device has. So they will see the feed you feed them instead of his eyes if you do it right.
Yes, Lynx likes this idea. Lynx is gonna so first we got to take this guy out though, so we can spoof that signal.
You
All
gotta
Mhm.
pop him.
Yes, tis in fact a thing that Lynx has got to need to do. All right, so first, because this guy is in fact an Arasaka goon, she's also going to install a flak and banhammer, and then run the heck down to this guy and just not even like doesn't say anything, just swings at him with a banhammer.
Hi, punk.
Yeah, so like one of like the quirks of VR cyber running is that you can kind of see the graphics package that this man has. Like his avatar and his images and his programs look like the way he wants them to. So when you enter this room, kid you not, like Metal Gear Solid exclamation point above his head as he is suddenly alerted to your presence. And so now your cartoony hammer is going to come down on this man that has picked the like Metal Gear Solid graphics package as his avatar.
Shit.
Yeah, his avatar is like that sort of gritty line thing from some of the original games.
Saying he has a Metal Gear Sona.
Yeah, a little.
Metal Gear Sona? What?
I did it.
All right, so Lynx is gonna swing. Oh, it almost landed on a. Almost landed on
So close.
Yeah.
my tears.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, barely
Oh.
beat it.
Just barely.
Oh,
Mhm.
We're
We
both
gotta roll better today, guys. All right, gotta get our rolls up.
Yeah, he is there, and now he is seemingly alerted to your presence. So that's sort of the end of your turn. Doc is probably going to go before this guy. I'm just sort of doing this in order and having it based on his rolls, and he did not roll well in his initiative.
Do it
So,
now, Doc.
all right.
but what's going to happen first is Dion and Foxy. There's a guy trying to beat up Dion, and he did much better. He
Am I
did much
close yet?
better.
All right, and are we assuming we have a big enough fight going already, like a big enough riot going that we don't necessarily need to fight this guy?
Yeah, maybe, but I'm just saying he's swinging right now.
Oh, is he's like, am I close enough, or is he's hitting Dion first?
He's attacking Dion. So Dion, I need you to roll me evasion.
Is there an evasion skill? Or is
Yes.
that-
Yep.
Yes,
Fighting.
there is.
Right under brawling.
Under fighting.
Oh, my evasion's not bad.
Yeah, you're actually pretty good at this fist fighting thing.
Let's
Oh,
go, dude.
Built for it or something, you know?
It's like you're a hard-boiled reporter.
I kind of just built for it and then forgot about it.
With these abilities and then stop thinking about. Damn, 21.
Yeah,
What the fuck?
you no-sale this guy. Like, you get the sense that this man is here for an honest fight and is not really that good at, like, maybe punching. He's very good at evasion. You see, like, a big old Bowie knife on his belt, and he hasn't gone for it because you're not, like, trying to kill him. And yeah, but you just, like, no-sale this man's punch. He's, like, a very similar, and you're just, nah. Get out of here with that. Yeah, so that's sort of his turn, and then both of you guys get to respond here.
Cool. I mean, so I'm like right behind them and like kind of like walk like kind of like on my way up. As I'm coming up, I'm giving D a glance, kind of like, do you want to fight this guy?
Yeah, Dion has this like look in his eye that you normally don't see because he's normally not excited about a whole lot. But he holds up a finger and it just kind of shakes it.
Well, I'm not here to deny a man a fight. So yeah, I will like having said that, like I will kind of like walk up, like let dude know, like to kind of very obviously make my presence known. Just like everyone's like, yo, bro, we could jump you right now, but we're not gonna.
It's
Like,
still an
Hold
honest
up,
fight.
which finger does Dion hold up?
Oh, that's true, because that could determine my reaction differently. No, but yeah, I'll kind of just like very obviously make it known that I'm here and be like, you mean like what's up with it, bro? But like I'm kind of just gonna like, still kind of keep a little bit like a few steps back, let D have his thing,
Yeah, so effectively you are there in case the dude does pull the knife and makes this like not a kosher brawl.
Or in case D gets his ass beat, either one.
Yeah, so you're there and you make your presence known, and yeah, Dion, you get to brawl this man back.
Knock him. Give him the nuts.
Did you say nut?
Oh
him?
my god.
See? This is why I said give him the nuts.
Give me another D10.
Oh no!
Oh, sure. Now you roll well.
Oh
You're
no!
fucking killing me, Joe.
Oh,
Hey, at least I can evade good. Damn, he beat me.
Yeah, you get a
wow.
2.
You beat a 2?
I'm
Amazing.
shocked.
He somehow beats you as you flail around. I think like someone else in this mosh pit like bumps you real good, and so you almost like you almost hit yourself.
Oh, good God.
Do I just
I'm gonna rule now that it's
Stop
gonna be a
doing
fumble if
that.
you manage to roll a 0 or lower with a critical failure. That's what will happen.
do I just do that like windmill thing? The
There-
bounce?
There went that
Yeah.
plan. Can we officially screw the plan of letting D fight this guy?
Yeah, I mean, you can
Yeah,
do what you
alright,
want. It's
yeah.
just not your turn.
Listen, I love you, buddy, but I need you not to get fucked up. So, like, as D kind of like flails around, this guy maybe like kind of comes back to maybe give another punch. Fox will just like offer like the deepest sigh, and like as this guy hears the sigh, he turns around and kind of like feels some cold steel pressed onto his side, and like Fox has a hand on his shoulder and like his pistol to his side, just goes, "Let's just walk away, pal, huh?"
Yeah, so in the middle of this, I want you to roll me some persuasion, I guess.
Let's hope I can do this. Here we go. Not shit rolls today, please. 18.
18. All right, let's see. We're going to give him a low score in this.
Cool. I went.
Yeah, so he has the human perception to try and tell if you're bluffing or not. And he doesn't know, and he's too scared of whatever that steel thing pressed into his side is. And I think that after just avoiding this flailing punch, he just like, yeah, okay, and he backs up.
I'll tap the shoulder twice. On the second tap, like my hand will have a small Eurobucks card in it with like just enough for like a drink or two. Just be like, on me, all right?
Yeah, he takes it and then he like turns around and he goes to like fight someone else.
Yeah.
Indiana doesn't
His
say
thirst
anything.
for combat is
Yeah.
insatiable.
Fox just looks at him and says, "You and me can spar later if you want."
He doesn't
Everyone's
say
resting. Don't
violence.
worry about it.
this
Everyone's resting, bro. It happens.
guy.
Let's go link up with them before they get themselves killed, huh?
It is
Alright.
Doc's turn because this is kind of combat.
That's true.
All right.
Go ahead.
Doc or Huckabee, seeing that Lynx has made her move, attempts to subdue the Netrunner using the anesthetic.
Yeah, so roll me a melee attack.
All right, pray for me.
What's the puppy doing?
Fingers
Hello,
crossed.
dog.
Wait,
Oh.
why do I see a 10?
And a
Oh.
9.
It's 3 dice. The 6
Yeah.
landed. 6 stuck. Yeah.
For a second, I thought he had a 1 in that, and I was like, huh?
No, the six is what stuck.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so he seems like he doesn't notice you, and then like out of nowhere, he's not even looking at you. He sort of. Oh, I guess I should roll for this. I'm trying to remember what his number should be.
Well,
God.
So he doesn't even look at you, and he just like kind of moves out of the way, as if something warned him, because no one has disrupted his combat computer yet.
He's gone ultra instinct.
damn it.
It's a little bit what it is. It reminds you a little bit of how Elijah seems to move in fighting. Like he doesn't need to look at you to know what's going on.
Uh-huh.
Hmm.
Yeah. I should have
Well-
worked on that, huh?
There goes my turn.
Yeah, but now he has to choose who is attacking him and who is the bigger threat. And so yeah, we're going to move back to the net running space because he hasn't even looked at you yet, Doc. He just moved. And you see him still focusing strongly on like whatever AR thing is in front of him. And
You might have even thought just like, oh, okay, maybe someone in the crowd.
yeah, he might not even notice that you were attempting to stab him because it's just this sort of internal computer telling him what to do. And so, yeah, this guy is Lynx. You see his avatar looking directly at you, and he sort of waves a hand, and a sort of like a gun shape appears in it, and he's gonna make 3 program attacks against you.
Oh no.
Got it.
That's a lot of attacks.
Yep. You're just very thankful that he is not a better netrunner than you. Otherwise, he would have way more actions.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, small pup. What's going on? What are you doing?
All right.
You must use the puppy to improve our luck.
A puppy give us strength.
That's your job. Can you handle
What stat bonuses do we get?
that?
All right, I guess I'll roll.
Yep. So those are just 3 attacks, and then you need to. I'm gonna also roll one more d10 to subtract from that 5 because he did bad. Oh wow, yeah, he got negative on that one.
Oh, cool.
So
Alright,
yeah, you need to roll me 3 the net running equivalent of evasions. Yeah.
So the first one was 13. Second
So you definitely
one
beat that. The second one you can't possibly fail unless you roll a 1 and a higher number because you got a negative number.
is-
Yep.
I got 11, so that's a fine.
One more.
12.
I'm gonna say Ty goes to the player on that. So you just absolutely no sail his these pistol shots. And one of them, you juke him so hard he shoots himself somehow.
Masterwork.
Just like a cartoony little like
The gun just back blast.
hole kind of opens up like
yeah.
It's just. Whoop, whoop. Yes,
Alright.
small dog. What are you doing?
So he does 13 damage to himself.
Oh no!
Oh,
At least some of that you assume is reduced because he does seem to be wearing like digital flak jacket. But also it's a little damaged. Like he got a little hurt trying to get here. And so Doc in the real world, you see him shudder like someone has like poked a neuron in his head. You as a doctor are very familiar with how that looks like. Someone has tasered his brain.
Oh boy.
A lot. And then yeah, it is back to Lynx's turn. You have 3 actions.
I don't care the question.
Yeah?
So if
Yeah.
net running makes your brain get tasered when you get hit, they might just try turning that feature off.
The idea is that net running, you move so much faster and apply programs so much faster because you have plugged your brain directly into it. It is
Yeah.
not a feature you can turn off. Basically, he sent some sort of like DOS attack at Lynx, and it hit him instead.
and there's things you can build into the hardware so you don't like catch
Yeah,
fire.
get hurt. But those are expensive and difficult.
So it's why Lynx was so poor at the beginning.
Well, I'm glad it worked out for you.
All right. So Lynx is gonna take this first bit to see if she can't run the Bluetooth shutdown program. Just like just
That is
mess
a net running action.
Right. Okay. I don't. Do I get a +2 to that one, or is that one just to the chaos program?
I'm going to say that one is to both of them. You are working on just the Bluetooth ones in general.
Got it. All right. +2. That's only a 9. Keep rolling
Well.
so bad.
Oh,
There's the one.
He is still
Yeah,
reeling from
you rolled a
accidentally
one.
hurting himself, and he got a -3.
Well,
Just gonna
So,
try to
yeah.
hijack his
So
head.
yeah, you
hired again. He seems like a pretty lackluster net runner.
5 is a good bonus, man. It's what Lynx has.
I mean, it's not the bonus I'm concerned about. It's the ones.
Lynx is prepared for this exact thing. So yeah, you definitely shut down his combat computer. There's not really a physical effect you can see, but like, how do you visually flavor this particular program?
Okay, so I guess so I call it Bluetooth shutdown. So it kind of
Mhm.
it's kind of like an electrical snake. And it kind of just
Okay.
wraps around and kind of just like around this guy and just kind of like sinks its teeth into his neck.
Okay. So yeah, it attacks him, and you see his avatar flinch like he's expecting pain, and then nothing happens. But there's that split second of he's like, I didn't get hurt, and then his eyes go wide as he realizes what just happened. And you still have 2 actions to mess with this man.
Okay. So next, as he's probably a little bit reeling from it, Lynx is not gonna give him a second to
You gonna hit him with the hammer?
yeah, we're gonna banhammer this guy.
Hit him with the hammer. Good roll.
Decent roll. Not amazing, but this is decent.
Could be worse. You suck. Get hit.
Yeah,
All right,
you get him. And then let's roll the next one because you're probably going to have to do that too.
Yeah, that's fair. All right.
Oh, actually, no, you roll damage. Yeah, roll damage. Sorry, I realized how much this dice could do.
Okay, he's non-black ice, so that's 3d6.
Yeah, 12. Yeah, so Doc, you see this man like shuddering, and he actually has a hard time staying up, and he's not dead yet, but like he might be dead if she keeps going.
Do it again. Do it again. Do it again.
And I'm gonna say,
seems my assistance is not really needed here.
yeah, I'm gonna say that Lynx, you know that you could probably kill him, but you can do the one action to instead like spoof his signal, and then let Doc like finish him off because this damage is in physical life.
Ooh,
Like
yes.
he is
So
very low.
IRL. It's IRL damage.
Lynx would rather because some of those programs do tend like she kind of feels like she's got to spoof him now and before like his death will trigger any kind of fail safes in him. So
Yeah, that's fair.
all right. So
yeah, roll me. It's the same net running +2. Oh no, this is just like a net run action, so it's just a +5.
okay. Oh, +5. Okay, so just just a regular net run then.
Yeah. Yeah, you have this prepped. It's probably going to take another roll to solidify it, but effectively you have spoofed his image, like his device, and are already streaming like a very fuzzy version of what he sees, and you are ready to finesse the hell out of this if he goes down.
Finesse and finagle.
All right. And that's it
And so-
for Link.
Yep. So yeah, let's head back to the real world. And so yeah, this guy sort of heads off, and then we're not gonna have to deal with him. So yeah, it's Dion, and then Fox, and then Doc. What you guys doing?
We should probably start heading over towards our friends, huh?
Yeah. These squares aren't the normal size, so you can like get to the edge in a single turn, but not really much farther than that.
Well, yeah. I'd probably just nudge D and like thumb in the direction of our friends. Just like we should probably start moving that way.
You can also communicate with them to see if they need your help or not.
Oh yeah, and I'll probably just tap my agents, be like, "Yo, we caught some noise. What's the status report over there?"
We're almost finished on our end. Give us a couple more seconds.
Yeah, I think you got more than that. We'll start making our way over.
So yeah,
Thumb that way over D, and it's his turn, so he can do whatever he wants. But
Lynx is a little bit too busy to answer right now.
Yeah.
Dion takes one more look just around, kind of sighs, but it's not like a sad, whistle.
Next time, D.
Sneakily, well, I don't know. Do I have to roll for anything if I just push somebody to start something and then try to slip away without them seeing?
I mean, yeah, if you want to try and stealth up, but you can like move here without having to roll anything if that's your only goal. But if it's to manipulate the crowd more, it's going to be some kind of roll.
I don't know if there's much of a point to doing that. I'll just move over.
Yeah. So Doc, roll me another melee weapon thing.
Give him the stab, Doc. I believe in
And
you.
yeah, so we kind
Thank you
of
for
didn't do it last
inspiration.
time, but this is technically a light weapon, so you do get 2 chances per turn of this.
Okay. That's great because Doc has 0 points in melee weapons.
You notice this man is like way slower, like significantly so.
Good.
If this is gonna roll,
Oh, he
I
fumbled
love when
again.
those happen.
I have 4 of these for this man.
So again,
He's-
I'm just saying, how did this dude get hired? He's not
Not so tough without your combat computer, are you?
at all, boss.
Yeah, so not only does his reaction time get cut in half, basically, and he is convulsing repeatedly is like, yeah, you just get the syringe into him and you feel him immediately go limp and his eyes close. And you basically can just like pick him up. And I don't know if you want to roll some like deception to be like, oh no, this man has fallen over. I must help him as a doctor or whatever. But
I like the idea of that. This
what
dog's
is that?
bad
Oh,
acting.
oh no! This
Oh yeah, I'm terrible at
needs
deception.
medical attention.
Where
Is there a doctor
where
around?
is deception?
I'm sorry, persuasion. I'm confusing this with the dragon game again. How dare I?
Wait,
Oh.
Foxy's seen James Bond. Has Huckabee seen James Bond? Because there's a very
Yeah, he-
specific scene where he positions himself so this girl trying to kill him gets killed instead, and she dies, and he sets her down at a table like she's drunk and says, "Oh, she's just dead."
But Doc, you are putting on a scene, and thankfully most people aren't really looking at you because you're like pretty sure that you're doing this almost sarcastically, but it still works.
Buona notte, uomo.
But yeah, so at this point, we're going to sort of end some of this combat order. Link, you're going to have to roll another run check to sort of solidify that yours is the real signal. And, finesse the image for them.
Can I blow a luck to re-roll that one?
Yeah.
All right.
Reroll it +1.
Okay. Let me quick drop my luck points down and do it again.
Imagine spending your luck points, dude. Oh, and there's the
50.
9.
Much better. Much better. Yeah, so you basically have been like fuzzing in as his signal, and then you present an image where he takes you out, and he's like, someone has been messing with this, with our signal to you. But I think I've handled it, and you don't think that they got to see this guy going down. You set it up at about that time. So yeah, now you can send them like whatever images that you want of who's going in or out of the building.
Ooh.
It will be a like security check basically to keep creating this image with every lie that you do, but you can't do it.
Okay. Well, Lynx is going to first swing a message over to Fox. Just be like, "I'm in place," and then she's also gonna quick like plug a memory chip in to see if she can't download that nifty program left in the lobby.
What it's going to be is that you'll have to go to the bottom level, which you can do anyways, to sort of copy it.
Okay.
Because it's like the equivalent of leaving a virus.
All right. So, like, she's just gonna swing down and quick copy that, or try to run a copy.
Yeah. Just roll me a net run check for that real quick, or like the leave a virus check, whatever that is.
Oh, where was that last time?
Hey.
Yeah. I mean, you can roll another d10 for me real quick.
22.
Damn, son.
Yeah.
Oh,
For
man.
net run, that is real good. Yeah, you copy this so well that you're like, let's make some changes, and you just kind of do that on the fly. So now, what I'm going to call this is a quick access program, and I write that down under your programs as you effectively can place this on a node when you pass it to mean that you don't need to take an action to interface with it.
Ooh, well done, Ma.
But yeah,
I just receive Ma's messages, be like, all right, well, their end's done. Let's go link up. Or actually, I mean, at this point, do we even need to link with them? So yeah, I'm kind of like thinking. So like, Foxer's like, all right, crew, let's check in. Concert's in place. We got our distraction in place, and we can spoof whatever message we want to our hitman squad. Do we need anything else here?
I mean, Lynx can run another scan just to double check to see if that van is still around.
You might as well.
All right.
ping them.
Oh, only 7. Just ping.
Yeah, this doesn't go very far, but because you're right up next to the building, you do get that there is a guy like in the stairwell through the wall, somewhere around here-ish.
Mm-hmm.
You only sense one. You know the way that they work is there's probably a few actually in there. But you don't know where the van is yet, so. But you do know that you can send them any kind of image of like, they're going upstairs or whatever.
Okay. Alright.
I would like you to roll a Pathfinder check, though, because you're kind of attached to this Bluetooth network, and I think that will maybe also help you find out where the van is.
Running. +2.
Whoa.
12.
Yeah, a 12, I think you get that it is in this direction. You think it's probably up in this parking lot somewhere, the
We
van.
have our exit plan. Let's move out.
And yeah, there's at least a few signals headed towards here. And you think maybe at the other end of the building, but you're not sure how many.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah, Fox will just like tap to Lynx and just be like, all right, so we have our exit plan if we know around where the van is, but for now, as for our guys in the building, just send them searching.
Send him searching. All right.
As in, like, in the building, you know.
So, I guess Lynx is gonna put in like a glimpse on the camera, right? Like just when it's turning, right?
Just me flipping them off, just like.
Yeah. just Fox, just like.
It's like, you guys suck.
Camera. And like
All right, and yeah, we're just gonna make our way over to our friends if we can.
Yep.
And yeah, that will be a tech check,
Okay.
a security tech check.
Will do. 18.
Yeah, this is a pretty persuasive one. You have their confidence. You don't really get anything back, but that's not how this is supposed to work.
Mhm.
And you create this image of Fox and Dion, like barely out of the corner of the cameras, heading towards the like front door.
Mhm.
And you thankfully timed it really well that like Fox and Dion are now right in front of the building, so they easily could have gone into the door.
Mm-hmm.
That's down here. And so yeah, they're heading up, and you see some of like the directional signals for the other units start heading upwards.
Perfect.
And it takes a minute, but you eventually see them on cameras because you are on the node for the cameras for the office area. You see some guys in tactical gear like going up the side stairwells.
That'll be our hitman, I guess, huh?
Ooh. Okay. I'm wondering if Lynx could like take some of this footage later, not right now. But all right, Fox. They're in the
Ma?
stairwell.
All right, well then, we have our party set and our guests in place. All we need now, kind of like thumb towards the parking lot, is an exit. Let's move, gang. No point hanging around this shit show anymore.
Okay, so Lynx is going to first put in the camera I guess try to put in the image of like Fox and Dion heading up, and then see if she can't spoof the signal a little more to try to hack into these guys and maybe cause some chaos a bit before they leave.
Yeah, so you have cameras on like the opening of the elevator into the offices and on each level. And you also have one that's like, it doesn't go into the boss's office, but it's like directly at his door and his windows. So if like the blinds are open, you can see into it.
Mm-hmm.
And you can sort of use that footage with one more cyber tech check to see, like to sort of create that image of like, yeah, they're in the office. And you remember that the top two levels where the boss's office is and the one right below it are the ones that the explosives are set in.
Ooh.
You also find, thankfully, that the offices are not very full. It seems like a lot of people went down to the concert.
Will do. All right. So
Good to
Lynx
know.
is gonna roll that. Another 18.
Wow, that's consistent. Yeah, you try and time it so the cameras never get a real long look at them, but that's sort of the impression that you are sending them, even if you don't get a response of like they're heading up there. That's where they're at. And then yeah, you'll have to do me another one, the finding or the pathfinding one, like either the meat space or the digital space findings checks.
Okay.
Yeah, with the 10, you don't get much more than the direction that they're somewhere in here. But if you want to leave, you could get closer. or the other three can sort of go there and find out, and like try and find the van themselves.
I mean, at this point, if we get close to the van, we can probably just see the van.
Lynx wants to make sure she erases her edits to the camera and also get some, I guess, wants to make sure she like covers our tracks a little bit and also maybe get some of that footage of the Arasaka goons.
Yeah, if you're gonna be there the whole time, the moment you leave this is the moment that they lose their actual sights on the cameras. So they will know if you leave this net space, and that might spook them. So you might have to wait for the explosion to go off, which, Fox, you have the trigger for that, and they're about in place.
Well, yeah, I just want to make sure we get some sights on that van first before we get out of here.
Okay.
Okay, then while Lynx is doing this, Dion, Fox, and Doc, you can head over to this area.
Let's do that. I just kind of want to creep to like here-ish and kind of see if I can like peer into the parking lot and get any sense of them. Like, I just want to know if we walk over here, we won't get like spotted by anybody. So I just kind of want to peek and see if there's anybody like this area around here-ish.
All right, then roll me some stealth. There's people milling about here that are avoiding the mosh pit, but like,
let me get some stealth.
It's going to be a higher check to conversate your way in here.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to stealth it because I'm not good at stealth, but I'm gonna try.
You rolled a nat 10.
I got a 28. Are you man? Come on.
You rolled 3 10s. What the hell?
The dice. You know the fuck I am. All right. Anyway, yeah,
you're stealthy as shit. You basically, if this was nighttime, you would be invisible.
Like I'm a ghost. You feel me? I just
you roll well enough that Dion and Doc doesn't have to roll. You just like guide them.
Yeah, just like yo,
He
come on.
picks us up and carries us.
You guys on my back. Nah, so yeah, I just want to creep up. I just want to. So as I approach the van, tell me what I'm seeing. How many people are we seeing in this van? Windows tinted.
So, I'm not placing this guy where he's at yet because I do want you guys to roll me some perception, some human perception. Like, how are you looking for this van? There's like 7 or 8 cars in here, and when I say van, I just mean some vehicle with equipment in it. And several of them are big enough to keep people in there.
Can I justify human perception as I'm looking for a car that looks a little bit more like out of place than the others?
Sure, yeah.
Go with that then. There's my bad roll.
That was a bad roll.
I had to balance back. There it is. I'm gonna do that exact thing I just said.
Oh, I
I'm
should
gonna
have done
spend a luck
that
point
earlier.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna spend a luck point. So
yeah, Dion, you could have spent a luck point to punch that man better.
Punch that riot.
Gonna punch the riot harder. All right, that's 22.
21.
21. Yeah, so you got your friends behind you, and you're looking in here, and the van is actually, almost by necessity, you assume, much closer to you. Because of all the cars there, there's one that has a few characteristics. For one, it is a slightly larger vehicle. It's not really a van. It's more like a hatchback or something. But the windows are all tinted, so you can't really see into it. And it doesn't have any style. Like, even the corporate people around here do something to their car to be like, yeah, I'm unique, and this is a cool thing for me.
Just like
it's super...
else.
Yeah, it's super generic. And the thing that you do notice is there's a guy, again, like, kind of obvious operative clothes of, like, the kind of clothing you wear if you need to run away very quickly or run towards something very quickly, easily hides, like, bulletproofing in it, that kind of thing. And he's, like, leaning up against the back of this hatchback. Thankfully for you, he is facing this way for now. You do realize, though, that they will be able to see out these windows, so as soon as you come around this corner, they'll kind of know what's up.
All right. So here's how. So I'm treating that one I rolled as like Fox went to go look around. He like saw a pretty girl for a second. I was like, God damn. Sorry, focusing. My bad.
Consummate professional, Fox.
Yes. But yeah. So
there's a very pretty lady on like a muscle car and like working on it in the far corner. And you're like,
Damn. Anyway, sorry, focus. So yeah. So here's how I'm gonna handle this, right? Because as soon as I come around the corner, he's definitely gonna see me, right? I know that for a fact, but I also know that we got links in the system currently spoofing the cameras and shit. So what I'm gonna do is I kind of want like Dion and Huck definitely like right behind me, so that the dude sees me come around the corner first, but almost immediately afterwards sees my two OGs behind me. But I definitely want Huck to like if he has his rifle with him to kind of like not so much have it like out like up, but I mean have it in front of him. You know, very clearly just be like, you don't want to do nothing crazy right now because I'll put some holes in you type shit. You feel me? And then
also remind you, sorry, real quick. I'll also remind you that you are moments away from being able to set off that explosion and getting these operatives.
oh yeah, trust me, I got it, I got it all mapped out in my head. So what I'm gonna do is if Doc and Dion both have kind of their guns like kind of like looking, I'm gonna come around the corner again, not like pointing, but kind of flashing it at the operative. So like before he turns around, he kind of like knows like, all right, there are 3 guys with guns all looking at me right now. Like maybe I shouldn't do anything stupid. And I kind of just want to walk up next to him and just like get in real like conversational range with him. You feel me?
Okay. Doc and Dion, you're gonna follow this plan. Just back him up.
Yeah.
Very well.
Yeah. So as we walk up, I'm like, as soon as my man turns around, I'm gonna just look at like as soon as he twitches, I'm just look at him and just be like, "You like life, bro? Just walk away."
Yeah. Now let me. Doc, you should be able to move the token yourself, but I'm just gonna move you sort of around this corner real quick. Yeah. So you come around the corner, and this guy who's not facing you, like almost immediately seems to just spin around. And while his hand starts going to his gun, I would like you to roll me some persuasion to be like, do you really want to do that though? Or maybe some reputation if you'd rather do that.
But 20.
20. All right. And then Dion or Doc, if you want to do something similar to just like add to this.
Let me.
Is intimidation?
I was gonna say intimidation.
Not necessary. Nope, not really.
Yeah, you can do that if you want, but I don't know that. I don't think there's intimidation in here.
There's not
Is it?
intimidation?
Nope, it's
I don't
persuasion.
think so.
Yeah.
There's interrogation.
Yeah.
There's interrogation, there's reputation, which kind of does the same thing, but I get to decide what your bonus is because it depends on what you want your reputation to be.
Right.
I guess I will try to persuade him into being scared.
It's more persuade him not to start something.
You want to be afraid right now. You should be afraid.
Very afraid.
How persuasive is Dion? Because Hook is not incredibly persuasive.
Dion is the most persuasive. Roll the dice, bro. You got it. I believe
See
in
where
you.
they may fall.
You believe.
Look at that 19.
Hey.
Look at that 19.
That's pretty good. So yeah, he doesn't react, like he starts going for his gun and then like hand up like Lynx, you realize almost immediately that all the operatives who are on the floors right now, they're like about to enter the boss's like office. They all stop and they all start looking around for a second in that moment, like they're about to back off. They have been made aware of this.
So yeah, Foxcard is like Fox will kind of like take his pistol like from his hip, very very dramatically draw it, and like as he'll put it to this guy's chest and then kind of like push him up against like the hatchback a little bit.
Yeah.
He'll turn his agent on and ping Ma, be like, "You want to hit that chaos button now?"
And Lynx is going to roll for chaos.
Yep.
Plus 2 to that. Oh wait, I rolled a 1.
Lock it!
Luck! We luck it! We re-roll that
Luck
luck point.
this.
How many I like that. Luck this. That's pretty good. How many luck points you got left out of curiosity?
I have 3, so I'm using.
Oh, really? I have 6.
It's a skill you put into. It's a stat that you start with.
I put a lot of points in the luck.
I'm not a particularly lucky person, so
I just wanted to not die. That's all. I was like,
What is your last luck point? Look up.
So 13 plus 2 is 15.
Plus 1 more for the luck point. So
Yes.
16. Yeah, this you send this program out through this signal because you have a much stronger signal on these guys now that you have like eyes on them and know where they're at.
Mm-hmm.
And that you experience a small amount of pushback. But it is not remotely enough. As you send this command and you see them as they're looking around, out of nowhere, they all seem to like stop dead almost robotically, like they are no longer like really thinking as people, and they all draw their guns and start shooting at each other and into the office, where you can see like the shadows of one or two people in there, and bullets just start flying. People outside can start hearing all this gunfire as bullets like fly out of windows and around. Lynx, you are treated to consummate professionals suddenly in a John Wick style firefight with each other as they are taking cover and dodging around and trying desperately not to be killed while killing each other as quickly as possible.
And so at that point, I'll just be like, all right, head on out of there, Ma. Link up with us in the parking lot. And then from there, I'll hang up on her, and I will open up another call to the president or the person I was talking to at Continental Brands. And while I'm doing this, Fox kind of like with his other hand that's not on his on his gun, he draws like a cigar, a nice pre-roll from his from a pocket, kind of puts it to his lips and just looks at his friend and just goes, "You got a light?"
This guy who's like doesn't have his hand on anything. He's like, I don't smoke.
Yeah, figured as much. And he'll kind of like Fox will just pull his own lighter out of his pocket. Exactly, right? It was just like he
No,
was like
that's who.
yeah. Fox was just like, I'd fix that if I wasn't about to murder you. Fox will kind of just like turn his flick his own lighter, get his L going, and then again call the person at Continental Branch, just be like, and wait for an answer. I'm sure this person's in the middle of a firefight right now, but hopefully he answers at least.
Yeah, no, you get his agent, which dispassionately is now I need to make sure I get this guy's name right.
Wait.
That was Nick. Yeah, it was Nick Niculari Iota. Chat, you chose this.
I hate you, chat. I hate you so much, chat.
It's like Mr. Iota is currently busy, is what the agent says.
Tell him it's a little urgent, and in fact, it probably involves the current situation he's involved in.
I imagine it's not more urgent than cardiac arrest due to blood loss.
Yeah, actually, let's say it's a bit more important than that. He probably wants to hear this before he flatlines.
Your agent tells you, like, the other agent has shrugged, and your line is going through. And you, the line goes on, and first what you hear is gunshots, and then Nick being, I don't need to take a call right now. I need an ambulance.
Hey, Nicky boy, sounds like you are in quite the bad spot. Great time to take a call, huh?
Unless you're here to send me my med techs, I don't give a damn.
You're gonna give so many damns, my friend, because, darling, I have an answer for you. You know, I've been thinking, and despite the fact that Continental Brand has a reputation for its services it provides all throughout Night City, the Neon Lights establishment is simply not looking for that kind of corporate shit stuffed inside of it. So calmly, go fuck yourself, bud. And I'm just gonna press the trigger button.
Really quick, roll me 1d10 plus however many luck points you have left.
I have 6, and I will do that right now.
This is just for flavor.
Of course. Let me not ruin this. So yeah.
And he rolls a 1.
Wait, that's the wrong way. There we go. Boop. I got 20. I'm sorry. Ignore that.
It's not the dragon game.
Wrong game. 14 is the answer.
Yeah, so you hear bullets whizzing past him, but he manages to live to the very end of your dramatic speech. If you'd rolled low, he would have died partway through.
I would have ruined everything.
And so, yeah, you, as you are saying this and you pull the trigger, he's like, listen here, you little and then just the loudest sound that any of you have heard as industrial grade explosives with what you'd think Elijah might have thrown a little bit of military grade in there. Cacophonously loud. And I need you to roll that same luck roll one more time as the top 2 floors get obliterated.
Boom.
Or someone else can roll a luck roll, but I think Foxy has the best. Never mind. Roll me another d10 just to see.
Another one just to see?
Yeah.
There you go. Oh, what is it, 2?
Yeah, I mean, that's still an 18. You see both of the floors almost perfectly, like, the explosives are set up for it to more implode than explode. There's, like, almost no debris actually leaves the building.
Nice.
And, Lynx, you get the last image from the cameras that seem 1 or 2 miraculously survive the explosion. Elijah did his job so well. You see that now, it's an open floor plan. There's not really any walls between you and the outside world from the camera. Yeah, and
as soon as the explosion goes off, Fox just kind of goes like, huh, must have lost signal.
and yeah, I think Lynx, you noticed that the floor below the boss's one that had a few workers in it. These workers actually seem fine. They're rattled. They're coming out of the rubble, but their weird little cubicle walls must have protected them to some extent from this because they all start moving away, and you get to see the almost immediately trauma team comes flying in to the top, and yeah, this has happened. This basically terrorist attack, and you guys, no one seems to be coming for you.
Yeah, let's go. Job well done. And you, my friend, he'll say, kind of like nudging the guy he's holding the gun to. Seem
Yeah.
like you are out of a job. And he'll just like put 2 in him and start to walk off. Just like, all right, kids, let's get the fuck out of here, huh?
Well, Lynx has got to clean up the spoof camera images that she sent.
Yeah. We'll get to that in a second. But you're just gonna end this guy, not gonna look in the van or anything?
Nope. I mean, they can if they want to. I'm gonna shoot the guy.
I don't know how Doc and Dion want to react to all this.
It's just another Tuesday.
Dion's like,
in the chest. Yeah, it's just Tuesday, honestly.
Yeah, I'm thinking about dinner.
But yeah, I'd like not Foxy because
I'm not gonna eat tonight.
Yeah, not Fox because he's preoccupied. But I'd like either Doc. Yeah, I'd like either Doc or Dion to roll me some perception or human perception real quick.
Sure.
Those tender ribs.
Mr. Huck.
Very well.
Why can't I clear this dice away? I don't like it. There we go.
My perception and my human perception are the same. So
It's like never ask Lynx to roll any kind of perception.
I don't perceive things. Never ask me to perceive anything.
So yeah, both of you hear sounds inside the hatchback.
Uh-oh.
Oh, great. There are people in there.
The engine sort of turns on, but both Dion and Doc, you have a chance to like open the doors before it can really go anywhere, which I assume you do?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, there are 2 guys in there, one in the back with like a bunch of computers who is obviously scrambling like to try and quickly clean things up and strap it down. And someone has just jumped into the driver's seat only in time for like Dion's like automatic gun just to like pop through the window. Neither of them look like operatives. Definitely they look like techs. Still Arasaka techs, you assume, but you got 2 guys in this car.
Fox will kind of just page Lynx and just go, hey, Ma, got Arasaka text in the back of the wheel. You think we need him?
Who cares about the meat bags? As long as they keep the tech intact, I'd like that. But meat bags can go away.
You heard the woman.
So
Wait,
no incendiary rounds then.
So yeah, it's kind of like, and they're just like, you heard the woman. Waste them, boys.
Although Dion, you do know that this is the people who are coming after you and your friend, so I think that you might have something to say about that.
Can Dion grab one by the collar and throw him on the ground?
Oh yeah, these are pretty small guys.
Okay. Do I have to roll for it, or can I just?
Yeah, let's roll some interrogation probably, or
Hey,
like a brawl.
Dion has beef with them too.
Yeah.
I'm not against like roughing up some meat bags.
I'm
I'm
never
going
against roughing up
to-
anybody.
Roll just to get them out.
Yeah, that'll be just brawling if the effect is just to move them.
Yeah. Or get at least one of them.
Yeah, all right.
My team.
Oh nope, I gotta.
Actually,
Alright.
can I re-roll that?
Why?
If you want to spend a
Why?
luck.
Oh,
They
never
rolled a
mind.
9.
I thought it was going to be more difficult.
Yeah, these guys are not built for
I
combat.
expected
You
more of a
realize.
challenge.
Well done.
But yeah, I mean, you can always, just to be clear, re-roll by using a luck point.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But yeah, so you pull this pretty like weedy, thin guy who definitely works behind a computer most of the time. He is not a net runner; he is a tech, and pull him out and like just throw him down on the ground pretty easily. He's the one who was driving, so the one in the back also now sees that Doc has opened the door and he's not moving. He's just like
I'm assuming you want this one alive, D?
I can take it or leave it.
I kind of look down at him and go, lucky day, bud. And kind of like look over at his friend. Not so much you. and put one in that guy's head.
I think if you'll give me a moment for him to react, he's like, wait, hold on. We can like totally like give you information or whatever. Please don't.
Don't we have?
It's not worth my job.
You know,
I
we
mean, it's not
got
worth my life.
Dion looks at from
that
one of the
information
other
already, pointing at the guy on the ground. Oh yeah, so if I hold on, I'm gonna tie it in.
I didn't hear what Dion said. Sorry.
Oh, Dion, my fault.
Dion looks at the one in the car and says, "Do you know anything he doesn't?"
It's like, I mean, maybe.
You see, you messed up here. And kind of he'll look back at Doc and go, "We talked about this earlier. It's a good lesson for you, bud. Rule number 3, negotiation. If I already have something, you have to offer me something I don't already have. So."
I'm the guy that runs all like the cameras and stuff. I've been recording it. The guy on the ground's like, yeah, no, but I like do all like the negotiation with like who hires us and stuff. I totally can. And they just start like trying to one up each other with the information they have.
You know?
All right. Dion shrugs and says, "I guess we'll take both."
Fuck it. And Fox will aim his gun down at the guy's knee and shoot him there instead.
Yeah, you can definitely put an injury on him. And
I'm just gonna shoot him in his knee. Like, shoot him in his knee, drag him out the car. Just be like, all right, let's drag these assholes out of here. I want a drink. Let's get home.
So yeah, you guys have access to this car.
Could just hijack it.
I mean, it's right here. It's got tech in it. Let's take it.
Might as well.
Yeah, right before you leave, I would like Lynx to roll me a leave a virus thing again to scrub your presence, leave some breadcrumbs, stuff like that.
I love that we just casually cause domestic terrorism. You know, just minor things.
Yeah.
9.
You guys want burgers? Like,
Just laughing about these two people begging for their lives in front of us. Hey, what's for dinner?
I mean, I have 3 actions, so I could roll again, I guess.
Yeah, I mean that's still pretty good in that you are sort of building off your previous scrubs that you've done, but you think you can do better if you want to roll a few more.
We're gonna
it
give it another
goes.
go.
The dice
Well, I guess
warp
the
to
plus 1,
V9.
no? Oh yeah.
Oh no, this is all 3 actions.
No,
Yeah.
I have 3 actions per.
One. Do it. Give it one more then.
Also, I don't think she has any more luck points.
That's true. You're
I
right.
still have 2.
Oh, okay. Oh, you had 3 left. I thought you had 3 total. Excuse me.
No, I have 3
That's
left.
incredibly low.
Anyways, yeah, you can still roll one more within the rest of your net actions.
It's over 4 this time. We're going for higher than 4. We're going to beat 4. Here we go. That's beat 4.
That beats 4, and we roll another d10.
Yep.
That's a 20.
That's a 20.
Yeah, 20's pretty
20
good.
beats
I mean,
4
you.
Yeah, there you go. 20 beats 4.
Yep. Yeah, you managed to scrub pretty good, and you're also just sort of like messing with cameras and messing with your presence here. I think the cameras you mostly mess with are like the front cameras to where Fox and Dion went. They don't seem like they went off to the far side. They kind of get lost in the crowd.
Can Dion,
And
sorry, can Dion look over and say, "Anyway, we can make it look like Rockland did it"?
you've already sort of set it up that it looks like Arasaka did. Although you don't really have anything set up for who hired them. If you want to make it look like Rockland hired them, you could. You could also try and make it look like the mayor did.
Are Arasaka though?
Yeah, but Arasaka hit squads are generally hired by someone, unless you piss off Arasaka specifically.
Right.
And as far as you know, Dion hasn't. Like as far as you know, Dion, you haven't pissed them off, and they're after you. So.
Right.
Could Dion try, or is there any way we could start problems with Arasaka and Rockland?
Suppose it's not horribly impossible. We already have an incident that we can pin on effectively anybody we want, as long as we can make it seem like they hired Arasaka to do it. That could be
You
Rockland.
can, but that's gonna not really show up in these records. You need to take this tech home and start messing with it, I think.
Yeah, well, let's get this tech home first and get out of before anyone starts looking around and finds us lying around in this backyard with a body or 2 around us. I say let's get out of here for now, and we get back home, get some food in us, maybe some drinks or 2. Around celebrations, I'll call up some of my finest cohorts if anyone wants some entertainment for the evening, and then we'll go home.
All right. Lynx is gonna cloak then, and get the heck out of that.
Doc, you struck me as a femboy type. You into femboys? I can get you 1 or 2.
I will let that slide without comment this time.
That's a yes then. I'll make some calls.
Got 14 on a cloak.
Yeah, you get out there pretty easy. There's not really any record left of you guys there, and yeah, you guys sort of jump in this van and head home. I think you get some messages from like the band and from your buddy Jaime, and yeah, everything seemed to have went fairly well. There's not really a lot of extra injuries. There's like a few people who maybe got scratched some by some of the debris. Nobody really got killed other than the people you were targeting. I think one of the interesting things you learn is that there was a higher level exec from out of town that was in the office with the guy that you called, with Nick, who
Nick
managed
Nuclear Iota.
Stop.
that with Mr. Iota was someone in there who actually managed to survive, although it took like the trauma team a lot of effort to keep them that way. But none of the Arasaka guys survived at all.
That's helpful. Well, I mean, I was gonna call a certain somebody, but I guess at this point, you know, when I ain't wasting my time calling that piece of shit, I'll wait for him to call me. So instead, as we're riding home, I'll just place a quick call to Jess and be like, "Hey, you awake? We're headed back home. Seems like we're all in one piece for the most part."
Yep. You asked, "Are you awake?" She's like, "It's 3 p.m. Of course I'm awake."
Damn, we're eating dinner at 3 p.m. We're old.
We just all have horrible circadian. We just all have horrible circadian rhythm. We just all like sleep whatever the fuck we want. Like, it doesn't even matter. It's just like, "Hey, you want some breakfast, bro? It's fucking 3 p.m. I don't know, man. I just woke up." Like,
I thought this was supposed to be a fantasy setting.
I think also the funny part to you guys generally, like Night City, is so cloudy and rainy all the time. Like, it's not a sunny day almost ever. You're like, "Yeah, can we
No one
breakfast?"
knows
I don't
what
know.
time it actually is.
Whatever, man. I just want to eat some fucking food.
The somewhat bright clouds are less bright right now. So is it night? I think. I don't know.
Who knows?
The lights never get any dimmer.
Exactly. The nights are always neon.
I don't get it.
Here in Night City.
The
Exactly.
lights are always
And
neon.
for roll credits. Nah, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
Truly, you
No,
are
yeah,
the
so at
Phantom
this point,
Menace.
I mean, Fox probably wouldn't want to do the call around everybody because the business is a little bit more personal. So he'd probably like, you know, wait till everybody got back and we settled in and like probably dip off and like again, just wait for a certain annoying piece of shit to call him.
When you get back, I think that the person most interested in helping with interrogation is Elijah. And I think he sort of is looking to Dion as the person they were targeting to sort of lead where this interrogation goes. And I'd be interested to see how you set it up.
Have fun, kid.
Are we back now, or are we still here?
Yeah, you make it back. It's pretty quick. Let me move the map.
Following your lead on this, Dion. I don't really care about. Lynx doesn't care about meat space or meat bags.
How about
She
you?
doesn't perceive anything.
The concerns of humans are of little consequence to her.
Yeah.
Dion says, "How about you let me have a little private chat with them?"
It's just like, if you need me. How do you how do you set this up? Are they both in the same room? Do you put them in different rooms?
Yeah, I'm gonna put them in. What does my apartment look like?
You have like a single apartment, like a studio.
Okay. And I can't separate them.
If you want, you can put one in my apartment and just like I'll leave him tied to a chair, just like sit in front of him, just like smoking weed and just looking at him, just like.
You do have access also to the like gas station out front, which does have multiple rooms. There's like a storage room, and there's like a walk-in freezer that doesn't work anymore.
Do we ever bother to blindfold these guys? By the way, doesn't matter.
We
care? We're gonna
definitely
kill 'em.
followed you to your apartment already, like for the first attack.
Also, do we care? We're gonna kill these guys.
Good point.
Okay, so he says, "Hey, Fox, how about you watch this one in my apartment? I'll take the other one to the freezer. I'll take a camera guy to the freezer."
They're just kind of like he'll like put an arm around the prisoner, but in like a very very tight manner. It's kind of almost like a headlock. Just be like, "You ever watch Gundam?"
It's like, yeah, when I was a kid.
Oh man, we're gonna be great friends. What's your favorite? Seed, Wing, Double O? And start like
That
dragging them
one
off
with the
my room.
chibis.
It's just like if you hear a very loud resounding bang that sounds maybe possibly like a gunshot in the back of someone's head, he said G Gundam.
I'm gonna roll a D10 plus his luck, which is not amazing. And then yeah, the higher it is, the more Foxy likes the answer, and you tell me what that is.
All right, let's see.
It's a 7.
And, all right, so he says he's like, so he walks up. He's just like, yeah, man, I really enjoyed like, I was a really big fan of like Gundam 00, the 3rd season, and I'm like, what? The alien plot? What the fuck are you talking about? What, dude? Idiot. I'm just like,
So that's what's happening.
Never mind. We were gonna be friends, but I'm fucking sick of this guy.
It's not bad enough that you shot him right there, but so anyways, yeah, that's what's happening.
Refined, but they're not connoisseur like.
But yeah, that's what's happening.
Not
Well,
like
you
Stinky
take
Man.
the camera guy, and so yeah, you take him to like the freezer and you just like put him down on a chair. He's the one that's got like a bullet through his legs. You don't really have to like restrain him. I imagine Doc, you're preventing him from like dying because of that, but
Of course.
Can Dion ask Doc not to fix the wound? Just
he didn't fix it in like he didn't make it not hurt. He's just making it so he's not bleeding out, so he doesn't die.
yeah, just make sure he doesn't bleed out too quick.
Too quick.
Oh no, I'm mysteriously out of anesthetic.
I use the last one on your buddy.
Yeah.
Who I guess you also have him technically, or you could have just like left him in the street. I don't know.
Am I so I'm interrogating the one in the freezer now, right?
Yeah.
So
What's your favorite Gundam series?
Oh, what's your favorite Gundam series?
um,
Wing? Wrong answer! I thought the characters were pretty good. No! Hero's a boring protagonist with no character growth!
so Dion straps him to a chair and unbandages his knee. It's no longer, it's kind of, well, I guess to make sure, is it still bleeding?
Yeah, it's still a hole.
Yeah, is it? Okay. Okay, Dion briefly removes the bandages, and Dion's brought like a bottle of vodka, and he doesn't usually drink in public, but he drinks a decent amount by himself. He takes a big
Oh,
swig.
dude, what about me? We can't ever get drunk together? Come on, bro.
Dion takes a
You're
big
public.
swig, leans over the wound, and just spits the vodka in there.
Ah, what an
Oof.
asshole.
Okay.
love it.
Can't
He
let it-
yeah, he's like, yeah, thanks, I guess.
he looks over and says, "Do you drink?"
Yeah.
All right, Dion pours 2 glasses. And
Okay.
from it's unclear when he got them, but he has 2 of those like whiskey ice cubes that are
Okay.
like beers.
Okay.
He's very prepared.
You had some time to set this up, so sure, yeah.
And he says, what's the most helpful thing you can offer me so I don't make that wound a little bigger?"
Like, well, I have access to all like the we're not supposed to keep like records of the camera, but I did. I kind of kept a look. We're not one of like the hit squads for Arasaka. Me and the negotiating guy, we're just here to facilitate that sort of thing, and like I'm 100% ready to turn in whatever evidence I need to on Arasaka that is useful to you. I've kept records of where they went and all the cameras. The only thing I don't know is who they negotiated with. And so any of that's helpful to you, for sure. If I can just like walk out of here, I don't owe them anything. It was just a job, man. I'm not one of their goons that like lives for this sort of thing.
Dion doesn't love killing people. He's kind of
It's fair.
ambivalent at this point, but he says, "Where you got him?"
Like, well, I guess you need to roll me some persuasion actually before I respond.
Oh, okay.
Uh, 17 is pretty good. Let's
Buddy. You
Yeah.
beat him. Good job.
yeah, so he sort of looking you up and down, it's like, so like I can tell you where they are and I'm not gonna get shot immediately, right?
I can promise I won't shoot you.
That's not reassuring.
I'll put
Yeah,
it.
like that's
No.
it's like that's comforting. I know the guy with the tall lanky guy with the sword. I definitely have footage of him. But yeah, I have it in I have it, and he sort of like are his hands tied down? Is he like totally strapped to this chair?
Yeah, his hands are strapped to the armrest, but Dion could let him out pretty easily.
Yeah, it's like and he actually like reaches in his boot on like the injured leg, and he pulls out. It's not like a USB drive. It's nothing so simple as that. Is he has like a lining on the inside of his boot that looks like it's like flexible paper with a bunch of like with like wires and connections and stuff in it, and it's got a little port at the end, and you recognize it as like basically a flexible, flat, solid state drive that is meant for hiding and stuff. It's like I had to keep this in a place that was difficult for them to see, and here it is.
Dion sits for a minute, shrugs. Dion doesn't really know about computers or technology.
He's like, yeah, sure, whatever. It's flat paper, sure.
Okay.
Dion says, "You're all right for now." Brings it back up to his apartment.
I think as you leave, Elijah's like gonna walk in and start his own interrogation.
Okay.
Yeah, if you're done with this guy, he's like, yeah, all right, it's my turn.
And I guess I look over to Elijah and say, "Don't hurt him too much."
Like, hey, if he's willing to turn, Militech's got deals for people like that.
He's pretty soft.
I like the idea you're saying this in front of him. He's like, hey. Elijah,
Well, man.
Yeah. He says, hey, and then Elijah looks at him and he's like, actually, yeah, I'll be as soft as you want if that means that I'm still alive. Yeah, sure.
Yep, totally soft, super soft.
Dope boy right here. Please don't hurt me.
Marshmallow over here. No problems here.
Yeah, and so yeah, then you go back up to your room, to your apartment, and yeah, Foxy, how have you arranged this man now that he's given you a less than good answer about Gundam?
Yeah, so what happened was I basically so what Dion walks into, yeah. So Dion walks into, like, he sees kind of Fox's like TV screen playing. It's specifically on the third season opening of Iron Blooded Orphans. For everyone curious, it's Spire's Rage of Dust. It's a really good song. And so like it's like actually like the opening title sequence is playing, and like Dion walks in, and like Fox is like right behind this guy, like with his gun in his head, and like on the other side is in his ear, just loudly screaming the Japanese lyrics, just "Tai Mona Mona E Mukuyo Bakari Wana Renai Dorede Kimi wa Itayo." It's just really loud.
Are you making him sing?
No, yeah, he's like trying to mumble along with the words, just
He's
like
crying.
He's like, "It's a damn good song, right?"
It's like, yeah, it's real good. Please don't. Roll me some interrogation. Just like this will help Dion. If you roll real good.
This is happening right now. It's a 17.
Yeah. He's real and proper scared, and he's trying very hard to please you by singing along, and he's not great at it.
Hey, Dion, this is John. John and I are really big fans of Gundam, right, John?
Yeah, we're really big fans.
And Dion looks at the TV and says, "Is this the one with Shinji?"
Yes. See, man of culture. You could learn something from him, John. You could, like, just like nudging the pistol closer to his ear, just like you could learn something from him, John. This is a man with class.
Wait, is there actually a
Should
character
have said something wrong.
Yes, actually, there is a character named Shinji.
Evangelion.
Oh no, there actually is a
No.
character named Shinji in Gundam Iron Blooded Orphans. One of my favorites, actually. But yeah, he just like eventually he just kind of like is like, "Now I hate to interrupt our little watch party here, but it sounds like my friend over there is done with your friends. So I'm gonna let you go. Don't worry, I'll leave it paused."
Like, yeah, thank you.
And he'll kind of just like knock him out of the chair. Just knock him out of the chair and just be like, "All right, D, he's on you."
Wait, is Foxy still here? Or
Oh yeah, I've pushed him like over to you as like, because you came to my room to get him. It's like I pushed him over to you, and I'm just kind of like go back home, just like go to my bed, just be like lay down, light an L, and be like, "I lied, by the way. I love this episode."
All right. Dion says, so that's not my usual type of torture, but can Dion try to
It's not my flavor.
Dion try to feel out how well the torture worked, how softened up he is?
Yeah, it'd be a human perception.
Does Fox pick up on the implication that watching IBO is torture?
It was more of the
I'm frankly offended by that notion. Thank you very much. My singing voice is miraculous. Right, John?
Yeah, it was very good. You really
See?
captured the
John
spirit of
agreed.
the song.
John agrees. I like this John kid. He's a good kid. Kill him last, all right?
Yeah, with 15. He's definitely afraid of Foxy, for sure, a fox.
Yeah.
All right. I guess we'll ask him the same question he asked. Oh, the other guy doesn't have a name, does he?
You haven't asked him.
I don't even know if I got name is John. I just made it up. His name could not be John, but he's John to me.
Dion says, so you do negotiations, huh?
Yeah, I'm the guy who's supposed to make sure the hit squad doesn't hit stuff they're not supposed to hit, and I'm the one that has an actual like reputation in the city as like not really a fixer, but kind of like I'm the person who contacts you if you're looking for Arasaka hit squads.
Well, what kind of records do you keep?
I mean, people are real picky about keeping records, and I don't really do that, but I have a photographic memory, and I could draw you every face that is negotiated with me. But like, I can't just do that for nothing. Like, I do need to know that I'm not going to be not around anymore afterwards, I guess.
Well, how do we know what you're telling us the truth?
I don't know what to tell you, man. I'm not the techie one. I don't have some way of keeping track of this. I'm not allowed to have like cameras or recording or anything. I don't have the head thing in my head that they can look through my eyes. I can tell you who hired us to go after you. You can look into it yourself.
All right, Dion looks over at Foxy and says, let's let him live for a minute.
Yeah, dude, we haven't finished the season yet. I can't kill him yet.
You heard him.
But yeah, I don't know. What do you want to know about what we've been doing for a while?
First of all, who sent you?
Good start.
I mean, in general, Arasaka, but you mean who hired us to go after you?
No shit, dumbass.
Yeah, and he, does he have hands free also?
I don't know if Foxy does. He have?
I didn't tie his hands. I was just holding them with my other hand while I was holding.
Keeping him in
I
place.
had my gun with here, but yeah, it's fine. He can have his hands.
So yeah, he pulls out like a notebook and a pencil, and he draws this face. And he's like, so this guy came around, and he didn't say what corporation he was from, but he was obviously super corporate, and he was looking for He was looking for a search and elimination type mission thing. He gave us like 5 names, and he writes down these 5 names. And Dion, is Dion like the name you were born with? Is that the name that like the people who experimented on you gave you?
I like to think the all the prisoners gave each other names based on maybe characters they'd read in manga or like novels or whatever they could find.
Yeah. Okay. So
prisoners.
Yeah, I think that's the like the names that he has are those names, and I think you do recognize that he has Jess's name on that list, and then like the names of 3 others who were there. It's like we were told that they were here in Night City or nearby. We also had photos of all of you guys, and that was about it. And the guy's face, and he turns another page, and he starts sketching out a face, and for a minute you don't recognize it, and then slowly you start to realize that this was someone who wasn't one of like the scientists there, but it was someone who came and inspected like the facility you were in. he has sort of like this really like tall, gaunt, sharp face, like longer hair tied back. This is a pencil sketch, so it doesn't get like a lot of skin tone, but it's like sort of a medium, like darker almond sort of skin tone. He has what you would describe as extremely cruel eyes. You don't know if that they're like altered or not, but he tends to have a sneer, and you've definitely seen like his mouth, his face distorts a little when he does that sneer. Like it's a little inhuman, which you assume is some like cyberware. You recognize this guy, and you never know who he worked for.
Mm.
And yeah, I'd like you to roll one more persuasion real quick to see if you can maybe get this guy to move from what he knows to conjuncture.
Sure.
A persuasion or interrogation, up to you. Sorry.
My persuasion's better.
Yeah, okay. So yeah, I don't know. So you like push him a little, like, yeah, but who is he? Or how do you flavor that?
What do you know about him?
Well, we don't really ask clients much about them other than where their bank account comes from. But I do like to be thorough with this sort of work, and like I don't know, but I kind of know. I mean, I'm sure you know better.
No, but I know.
Yeah, like I'm pretty sure this account is from Biotechnica, or like the guy who's running it. Like it's like a shell company or something, and that just like was odd to me. I mean, they're kind of the closest to good guys that we find in the biz, and that kind of rattled me. So I looked into it a bit, and I think he's local. I think he's a Biotechnica guy, and if I had to put money on it, I think he's doing this behind the books. Like he's not doing this official Biotechnica work. He's using their stuff for hit squads. I don't know why he targeted you and these other people. I think one of them is your friend. We didn't really figure it out until this morning that you were in her old apartment, I think. So, like, I don't know why, man, but he's definitely doing something shady even by corporate standards.
Oh, what else is new?
Dion puts his hand on his shoulder and he says, "You know where you stand with Arasaka now, right?"
Yeah.
And you know...
I mean, I'm probably better than the tech guy. He probably handed you physical evidence, right? That's kind of his thing.
Well, you've already been taken. You're already a risk.
Yeah.
You don't know if we're going to kill you. But you know, if you waltz back into work, you try to clock in, first thing they're going to do is shoot you.
I'm lucky.
Is Dion asking for a mercy killing? Because I'm not against it.
But at the very least, you stay here, you tell us what you know, you get to live as long as... How many seasons of Gundam?
IBO is 2 seasons.
So you're on the 3rd season?
So we either that's true. I have to get into both seasons of IBO and then all of Seed. So he has at least 3 seasons of Gundam to get through.
And then he has to get to plead his case for G Gundam.
Maybe. We'll consider it. If I like him a lot, we'll watch the Thunderbolt OVAs. So he's like, in total, he's got like at least like another month and a half's worth of Gundam content to get through before I decide to give up on this guy.
Have you included build fighters?
That's true. I should make him watch Build Fighters.
So he says,
Possibly, maybe we'll see.
but listen, it's not
Oh,
like
you
there's
go.
no way out.
Mm.
You seen that big guy with the roller skates and the sword?
It's like, yeah, he's kind of our arch nemesis, if you wanted to use those terms.
Well, seemed like he wasn't opposed to making a deal. You tell him what you know, you might even get to work for him. You might not even have.
Trading one of the people who destroyed Night City for the other, Arasaka for Militech, but...
Is it really that big of a choice for you, honestly? It's effectively that or die. I mean, I can make it easy on you if you really wanted, but...
Not before Gundam, though.
Yeah, no, thanks. We gotta finish the Gundam.
Smart man, John.
Yeah.
The Evangelion.
He's like, oh, Evangelion's great. I don't need to be converted on that.
I mean, it's a damn good anime. He's not wrong.
So yeah, I think that's sort of where those negotiations end, unless you had something else for him.
Hey, do we still need the tech? You think?
What?
We still need the tech?
Lynx wants
Aren't
it.
they both techs?
No, I mean the tech person. Like,
Aren't they both techs?
no, he's a negotiator. The guy we have in the room right now.
This guy is closer to a fixer, and the other guy is closer to a tech.
Do we actually
Like
need the tech person anymore?
Elijah's working on him, and he might have some thoughts on like handing him over to Militech or whatever. But
I mean, I don't mind not wasting the bullet, but
We already.
I think that's like maybe a conversation you would end up needing to have with him another day, because he's going to take a minute to like dig through that data and look through it. And I think Lynx as well. You have an opportunity to look through like their car effectively. You maybe not are as interested in the footage, but you'd have a chance to like really mess with the tech they have in that, and maybe, I don't know, build counters to it, investigate it, what have you. But I think there's a few things that, I think there's a few things that sort of happen immediately while that's happening. The first is that Lynx, you do get a message from Oryx, who's like, "Oh, that's the thing you were talking about. Yeah, okay.
never.
I mean, that's not gonna make what I need easier, and I still am weird about talking about it in a message. I'd rather not, but all right. Can you meet earlier? I might be able to swing meeting you in your like local infrastructure. Like, I know you're near like a gas station or something. I can maybe get into one of those instead if you need to lay low."
Lynx is all for it if he's good with the security, but safety first for Oryx, since it's big bro.
Yeah. So yeah, if you want to say yes, then he could meet earlier. This is Saturday. He could meet the next day if you need to.
Lynx is all good for that, but like caveat, like make sure you're safe first.
Yeah. And he actually sends you like a quick instruction that he actually needs you to like find someone to like drill down into the ground, because he needs to get to some of these old infrastructure, or he needs you to connect it to one of these vending machines, which is something you can work on, and I'm not gonna have you roll for it. Another thing that happens is Doc, your Aunt Rachel contacts you, and it's like, I think it's just a message, and it's like, "What the hell did you do?" And it damn sure better not be about my tech.
What are you talking about?
The goddamn terrorist attack. What do you think? You were there. At least your friends were. I'm just making sure this isn't messing with my investments.
I don't see how you are involved in any way. We were there to make a deal with the owner concerning our complex.
Continental breakfast.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Doc, I'd like you to, I think conversation still works for that, and that you're kind of trying to have a normal conversation without giving something away, or deception.
Well.
Perception, because I keep on forgetting deception doesn't exist in this game. So we'll say conversation is probably the better one for this.
16? Unless you want to reroll.
I have luck. I'll reroll, I guess.
Yeah, because well, this is her counter roll.
Huh.
Because she's very good at human perception, so.
So you're gonna try reroll +1?
I'm gonna try rerolling +1.
Dice don't fail, Doc.
You're gonna fail.
You gotta believe.
Oh,
It's close though.
so close.
So as you do that, I think it's close enough that she can tell that you weren't really there for a deal, but she can also tell that it's nothing to do with her.
Yeah,
So like she doesn't doubt you when you say it doesn't have to do with her, and she's all right. I would hate for one of my investments to fall apart because of their own stupidity. But as long as it's not messing with me.
Yeah, mind your fucking business, lady.
And so, yeah, that's like the whole conversation you had with her, but that's just like the first reaction that she has. Dion, I think after you are done with investigating, you find that you have a message left for you from like an account for like a social media that is completely blank, and it is a very short message of you know where to meet me, and then like a digital screenshot of the same page that was left in Jess's apartment. But when you try and like react to that or answer it or go to that page, it's blank, empty, and someone's already deleted the account.
You all right over there, D?
Yeah. I just I gotta go.
You need backup, or you all right?
Nah, I'm just going to my room.
Hey, man, be safe, all right? Let me know if you need anything.
Thanks.
And then, yeah, I think the last thing that happens in this, I mean, I don't want to tell anyone what to do, but this maybe kind of closes out the session for today. Is Fox, you're low-key like tormenting this man with Gundam, and you're having a good time doing it. And then you get a call that you were waiting for, as Stink Miner graces your phone with his direct conversation.
All right. The moment he calls, the moment the call goes out, I'm gonna stop the episode. I'm gonna pause the episode me and John were watching, and I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna run it all the way back to the beginning and go watch it again and really appreciate it. I'll be back. Press play, and I'm
Do
gonna.
these guys actually have names?
I just
No
I'm
one's asked
not sure
their
what his name
names.
is, but I'm calling him John. I don't know what is. I've never asked this man for his real name. His name is John, though.
Can
I don't give a fuck what his real name is. I'm calling him John forever. So yeah, while John is still restrained to this chair and not able to move it, I'll just like throw the remote out of his reach and then just like walk out of the room and then answer the phone and just be like, "What's up?"
Fox, I have to congratulate you on an excellent turn. I think I've received your message loud and clear.
Fantastic. Loud and clear is the only thing I do.
Yeah, and there's definitely like an edge to his voice, as you can tell he is like being careful not to leave anything incriminating on your phone as he's. I'd hope that we could have more peaceful negotiations, but if this is how it is, I guess we'll have to see who is the better businessman.
Agreed. Quick question before you head out, though, Stinky. What's the last thing you want to think about before you die?
You know, this can probably be used as evidence.
Oh, I know.
Although technically he didn't threaten him, he just said,
Yeah, it's just
We're just discussing philosophy.
Yeah, just out of curiosity. What's the last thing you think you'll think about before you die?
I really hope the last thing I think about is how many business deals I have come out on top of, especially against small little shits that think that they have the power to stop me. And then he hangs up.
All right, kids. We're at war.
So, and so we shall go to war. Yeah, I think that's a pretty good place to sort of end this scene.
Cash it out. I agree. Perfectly fine.
All right.
Do we want to do the outro thing?
Yeah. You want to start with outros?
Sure, why not? What's going on, everybody? It's Young
What's
Foxy.
going on? We're leaving.
It's Young Foxy, aka Big Foxy, aka your favorite Fox, aka Fronto Leaf Foxy, aka Loud Pack Foxy. I'm gonna keep going with some other ones later. The point being, and today I've been playing Fox the Fixer. If you're looking for me, you can find me on Twitter at Young Foxy. That's YUNG_FOXXII. I dunk on right wingers and talk a lot of shit. It's usually a pretty good time. If you want to see me in more RPG stuff, I run a campaign right here on Neon Lights Roleplay called The Seven Sons. It's every other Saturday, so not this week, but next week Saturday. Other than that, I'm also in 2 different module week campaigns over on TPK Roleplay. I'm in Beyond the Undergrowth, their TOA campaign, and I'm also in Cold Hands, Warm Hearts, their Rhyme of the Frost Maiden campaign, both of which are very fun. So you can see me there, and yeah, that's all I really got. All right, catch me there, and this has been fun. Love y'all.
Okay.
Michelle?
I'm Michelle.
Promote all your
Lex
social
Runner.
media.
I
Yeah.
have no social media. Don't bother. That's it.
She's not real. She doesn't exist. Don't perceive her.
Because a real net runner lives behind the net. Ugh, I messed that up. Sorry.
Well, I'm sure you can find
Off
some
the
reason,
grid.
like, otherwise, like I don't social media, so.
Yeah. I'm Dan. I play Huckabee, the medtech. I have a Twitter. It's Land the Dan. One word, 9 letters. I tweet stuff sometimes that I think is funny. I can't guarantee that you will too, but you should follow me anyway. Just because I like having my numbers go up.
Gives you the serotonin.
Yes.
All right. Oh,
Go, Joe. Yeah.
It's you. What do you think? You're right. You had it. You're right.
I'm Joe. I stream sometimes. I theoretically make music. I'm on Twitter.
And what is that Twitter?
It's twitter.com/impactfontjoe. I don't really anything else. I haven't been doing any of that shit very often, just because.
And where can we find this music that you make?
Oh, you can't right now, but
It'll
Great
be coming.
promotion.
You'll see. It's fine.
You are plugging my SoundCloud. Why do I not do that? I guess it's all my Twitter, but whatever.
Because you a hoe.
in the future, that shit's gonna be more frequent at twitch.tv/ and soundcloud.com/Joe Hate Club.
Okay. Yeah, my name's Tate Washburn. I'm a game master here. You can find me at kinda_writing on Twitter. You can find me here. What you should really follow, though, because my Twitter's just bullshit, you should follow Neon R Play, or Neon Lights R Play.
That's the one.
That's what it is. Yes, I got it
There.
right.
Is that how it works?
Again?
First
Twitter
try.
Neon
There it is.
Lights
Nailed
R Play.
it.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
There's tags for all of us individually too.
Yeah, we should be doing that more often when we'll fix it later. Don't worry. Anyway, go.
And yeah, that's Neon Lights. Thank you for joining us this week.
And I can't do them because I'm not a mod.
Yeah, it's been super fun, guys. We're super close to affiliate. A lot of things are happening. And stay on point for that. Thanks for hanging out, guys. Again, super fun session. Love you guys very, very much. We'll be back. You guys, the next time you guys will see us will be next Friday for a game stream. Ideally, one of us or more will be hanging
Allegedly.
out, doing some game streaming. Ideally, if we get it right. And other than that, after that, you'll see us on Saturday for Seven Suns. And then we'll be back here again in 2 Sundays for this again. And yeah, and then stay tuned because we got plenty of other really fun stuff happening. Please make sure to follow the players here on their socials, check them out, boost their profiles. Those who stream, check their streams out because they work really hard on the streams and they need bigger audiences.